I've been getting way too comfy around you lazy couch potatoes, talking circles around my questions, cause you don't know how to say no. Bunch of lamos, bunch of lemons, boy, you don't know how to work. Got your feet up on your desk, I got my boots all in the dirt. Laces tied, crazy eyes, 48 hours I've been awake. Do not try to intervene unless you tryna innovate. Boy, I got that winner's fate, so no, I ain't finna wait. If you show up right on time, you already 10 minutes late. That's my policy, you follow me, I gives a fuck about your following. If you can't follow through, then do not bother me. You could be the next Socrates, that doesn't matter much if you can't find a way to climb up even when them ladders bust. Yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah, and then we eat some more, and we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. Moving in silence, cause I don't need your kudos. Always underdressed, but I'm still a boss like Hugo. I'm Houdini, where the roof go? I guess the sky's the limit, we are cut from different fabric. I am not designer fitted, you should renovate your closet and keep less disguises in it. You say that you ballin', could you specify the digits? I'm suspicious, I'm concerned with the lack of truth you preaching. If you call yourself an OG, then let's ask the youth you teaching. I cannot find them, where did they go? I wanna ask, I'm sure that they know. Give them a call, I'm sure that they show. I mean, it's not like we all heard this before. I'll do you a courtesy, bro. Won't bring it up, I truthfully don't even care. Plus I'm too busy to make you feel shitty and stoop to your level. Psst, I wouldn't dare, yeah. Even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more, yeah, we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do I'm a ghost, and I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do I'm a ghost, and I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they, yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more, and we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know.
Alrighty. There we go. You guys should be able to hear me now, right? Hello. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
awesome. Saturday morning. When you say it like that, it feels like you're actually being productive, but you're just staying up super late. But it's always good to get an early start on the day.
You
All right,
got
let's
your
go ahead and
screen
switch
started?
over. Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
go ahead and switch over to the live screen here. And then, boom. It's a little bit janky. I'm sorry. It's not as cool as Ryan's.
No,
But
yours
I
is
got him
great,
green
man.
screened in. And we can get rocking and rolling. So tonight, tonight's just basically going to be, for anybody new, I'm just going to show you how my layout typically goes. When my live streams typically start, let me just turn down the music just a little bit more. When my live streams typically start, obviously it's the what's up guys, hello, and then we move into just the outlook of the market. I'm going to give you my basic thoughts on pretty much the big three. I'm going to outline Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And then towards the later half of the stream, like towards the end, that's when I start actually looking at the chat for, what coins do you guys want to see? Any specific ones? Also, Ryan's going to probably give me a couple, some of the ones that you guys asked for, typically on his channel. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And then after I go through Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin, I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for anybody that has questions about last night's live stream, because I know it was a lot to take in, and you guys probably don't know exactly where to start. And I hope you guys don't start until you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in the sauce and end up with little to no money at the end of it. So let's go ahead and open up the floor here to, what should we do first? Bitcoin, ETH, or Litecoin, Ryan?
I say we hit up Bitcoin, work our way down the list. Oh, you know your
Bitcoin.
favorite's Ethereum. Let's do Ethereum. That's your
Let's
baby.
do Ethereum then.
Yeah, let's get
Let's
it.
see. I should probably invest in a 1080p screen just to make it look a little bit easier to see on this, but let's go ahead and full screen this,
I think it looks
and
great,
then
man.
that should be good. Awesome. So
You
let's
want to
go
move my
ahead.
big head? You want to move my big head out of the way a little bit?
Oh
Shrink
yeah,
me
we'll
down a little bit.
go ahead and do a little bit of
I know
that.
everybody was giving me a hard time about it last night. We were taking up too much of the screen, so
It's all right, man. All right, so let's go ahead and start out on the 1 hour time frame. Like I said, your time frame shouldn't really matter when you're going ahead and looking at the charts. Obviously, if you're a trader like I am, you're not really looking at gigantic macro trends. You're more so looking for, kind of that medium hotspot. When can you get into those, short-term 15, 30-day trades for those trades that are going to add a big chunk of profit to your portfolio? And then probably like anywhere between 1 to 10 days for those short-term scalps that kind of just help build your portfolio over time. So on ETH, for example, I don't really need to care a lot about all of this price action over here. It's not immediate term. It's not going to give me any any issue until we start heading down to those areas. Once we start heading down to those areas and those supports and resistances actually start looking attractive, that's when I'll go ahead and start talking about those price points. But let's go ahead and say what's up to some people. Nick, how you doing, man? Mary, GK, uh, Corvus Light, how you doing, man? Michael, hi. I hate pronouncing names. I'm sorry because I feel like I kill it every time and not in a good way. Highton, how you doing? Or Haitian, I think. Mill, how you doing? Chris, and typically, like I only have like around 100 viewers at most. So I usually am able to say hi to everybody, but I'm very sorry. We got a lot to go through tonight. But thank you very much for showing up, guys. I really do appreciate it. Ryan gave me a wonderful chance to kind of show you guys what I do, my side of the market, and how I handle things. And it was just such a blessing the way it all worked out. Probably shouldn't have happened because just the way we got in touch was just odd. Uh,
random, so random.
but it worked. It worked, and it worked quite well. So let's go ahead. Right now, we want to go ahead and figure out our largest trend. So anywhere we had a major bottom and then a major uptrend and then started an uptrend. So right now, starting from about 900 bucks, that's where our uptrend started from. And even though we had this gigantic drop, it did not break the uptrend. We're still putting in higher lows, and that's what matters. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's our uptrend right there. Now we're looking for short-term trades within that. So obviously, if we ever come back down to this region, that's obviously a time to long. And that's what I'm looking for right now. I do think that in the short term, and when I say short term, I'm talking about maybe a month and a half, we're going to try to test 3K. Now, the big question on everybody's minds is obviously what's going to be the top of the market. And that itself is such a loaded question. I like to think that I'm pretty good and pretty decent at calling that stuff. But that's why I promote so much that when you make profit, no matter if it's from leverage trading or spot trading, make sure that you're cashing out a percentage of it. I'm not saying, cut all of your profits out of the market and call it a day. I'm just saying as price moves along or your profit, your account is growing, make sure you're cashing out some along the way because you never know. There's a thing called a black swan event in markets where out of nowhere, typically it does happen for a reason, but just a reason that not a lot of people can see. So that's why it's called a black swan. Basically, comes out of nowhere and wrecks everybody. Kind of like the coronavirus crash. Not a lot of people saw that coming, not even me. So you just have to be prepared for those types of things. Because if you're cashing out those profits now and a black swan event happens, you're going to have free profits over here to take advantage of the black swan event and be on the opposite side of the coin. You're not getting wrecked anymore. You're making those stacks. So right now, the Elliott wave count, in my opinion, for ETH is a 1-2 structure here, a 3 right here. We moved down into the fourth. Now, like I told you guys on Ryan's stream last night, typically the fourth wave should never go below the extreme of wave one, the absolute top of wave one. But like I said, in real world markets, things happen. People panic sell and you will cut below those. But like I said, the big players, the people that are actually in charge, whether you want to call it market manipulation or not, they're actually helping, helping you guys in a certain way if you learn what they're going to try to do. Just like when XRP dumped, for example, you guys can go back in live streams where I talked about that. When XRP dumped, I said, guys, XRP, it's a bank. It's owned by banks. They're going to find some dirty way to get out of this, and their market is going to pump back up like it never dropped. What happened? We hit a double bottom, Adam and Eve, boom, skyrocketed, straight back up to 60 cents. So think like a whale. What are they going to do? Because if you figure out what whales are going to do, or at least try to get in that mindset, it no longer starts feeling like manipulation. It feels like a helping hand almost. So I presume this to be the fourth wave. We were only actually supposed to go at least to 1456. But like I said, big players, they pump it back above that level, create some support, and create that launching pad that we all want to see. So right now, we are in a fifth wave with a target of about 3,100. And the way that I'm getting that target is I'm taking my fib retracements, taking the top and bottom of wave 3, and then I am looking for the 1.618 of wave 3 as my possible target for wave 5. Now, in Elliott Wave, you do have certain things called fifth wave extensions. All right, and there can be first wave extensions, third wave extensions, whatever it might be. So there is the possibility that this is actually going to be a fifth wave extension, and we could get a higher price point before that crash in the market. Now, the only reason why I'm saying that $3,000 can be the top of the market, and like I said, I'm not sure. 21-year-old kid on the internet, but I'm trying my best here. This is a 5-wave count, and after 5 waves, what happens? Big dump. All right. So whatever that top is going to be, and as we get more and more data, I can start getting closer and closer to predicting that top. But at the moment, I can estimate it, but can I be absolutely correct? Probably not. So I just want to warn you guys. So that's why I'm looking at potentially anywhere around that region. I'm not saying $3,100 is going to be the absolute top. I'm just saying look for something that's slowing down in the market. Anywhere up here. That's what we're aiming for. All right, now when it comes to short term, just like I explained last night, within wave 1, there's also 5 waves. Within wave 3, there's also 5 waves. Within wave 5, there should also be 5 waves. So right now, I do think that we're looking for a pullback in the market. And the reason why I say that is because right now it looks like we have an ABC structure. All right, an ABC structure is simply one wave, okay? Starting of a subset. So just like how back here, I don't want to go too deep into the smaller time frames, but we did have an ABC structure here, which created wave 1, and then smack down, wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. So right now, I do think that we are starting wave 2 at the moment. Now, wave 2 doesn't have to come all the way down to these targets. What we're looking for is a long position off of any of the local lows from this actual uptrend here. Because like I explained last night, you want to understand where price can reverse, not that it will reverse. So we have to try to figure out what's the best potential options for a long trade. I would say starting from 1633, that's when the longs start looking a little bit more attractive for me personally. The most attractive long, in my opinion, is 1453. But I'm going to be taking a long at 1633 and a long at 1519. And hopefully you guys can see the reason why. We have a uptrend, uptrend broken, downtrend, downtrend broken, and that creates a very, very strong local low for price action to reverse at. Now, the reason why I'm looking at 1633 and 1519 as possible reversals is because within this uptrend right here, all right, those are local lows that are representative of where, we possibly could see those bigger players not want it to come all the way down to 1450. Now, the further they go down, the more people that jump out of the market because they're scared, the more money there is to make. Because I'll explain later tonight, a big question from last night's live stream was funding. But when the market is going extremely to the upside, a lot of people start looking at longs as more attractive because obviously we're in a gigantic uptrend. But the more people that are longing, the higher the funding rate is, which if you're holding on to a trade for too long can actually be dangerous. So the big guys in charge, they'll go ahead and understand the mathematics and say, okay, we need to reverse price here to allow people to exit the market or stop longing to reduce the funding rate to make sure that we can get into our trades. So like I said, if you want to call it manipulation, call it manipulation. I look at it as my buddy with a couple $1 billion.
Mhm.
So it's exactly that. It's half glass full. That's all it is. So those are the long positions. Now, like I said, I hold an if this then that mentality, basically meaning if we do happen to get down to this level and then we fall down through it, so, let me go ahead and draw it just so you guys can visualize it a little bit better. Let's say we go off a cliff here, come down here, maybe get a little bounce. I take my long, and then we fall through it, get down to here, but then we come back above that line. I have an if this and that mentality. So even though I got stopped out once, I'm willing to re-enter because we are above a crucial local low, and we have the potential of starting a reversal. Just like how over here in my video explaining that we were at the top of the market, I strictly explained if we are above 1500, then that target of $3,000 will be hit. So I will remain long. I try to make sure that when I say things, there's no room for interpretation, but the amount of times that we'll get snapped out of a trade and then people go, did you re-enter? Of course I did. You don't even have to ask it at this point. You know me. So that's my short-term outlook. And like I said, there's going to be a couple ups and downs, so don't get scared. Don't just exit your position because there's a small downtrend. All right? That's why I really promote that when you guys start leverage trading, you start slow. You can trade the smaller time frames if you have a secure strategy that you found and you have back tested and made sure that it can really make that type of money. But the problem is if you jump into those smaller time frames and you're trying to take, large leverage, back and forth trades, you're going to lose a lot. So the higher the time frame and the bigger the perspective that you're holding on the market. Yes, are you going to make absolutely fast quintupling money? Maybe if you set up the right trades, like we showed you last night. But it's definitely not going to be fast. Like the big trade that we showed off last night was 30 days. It took 30 days to make that money. But could you wait 30 days to make 200% on your account when price action barely moved up, only about 60, 70%? I think that's pretty attractive to me. So right here, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and mark out the entries just like so.
Hey, Kite,
Right.
is there any way is there any way you can share that your Zoom screen with me?
Share your.
I'm like 30 seconds behind you, so I can, you get what I'm saying? I'm watching it on YouTube, but what you're actually doing is a good 30 seconds, maybe a minute behind me.
I don't think so because now
No?
your camera's
Yep, it'll
gone.
mess up. Yep, no, you're good. Do you go ahead. I just wanted to see if you could. Go ahead.
No problem, buddy. All right, so like I said before, guys, with your stop losses, use the leverage calculator to make sure that everything's kosher. But there's no reason to have astronomical stop losses unless it's for a reason. With the recent MACD scalping challenge, there's a reason. Um, but with this, if you're just taking regular trades, that's kind of what I feel is regular. You don't need an astronomical stop loss all the way down here because, like I said, these levels are points of invalidation. If you're trying to take a long and it gets below that level to a certain amount, you want to cut your losses. There's no reason holding on to that trade. The only reason holding on to that trade makes sense is when your brain is filled with dopamine because you're gambling and you want to just have that shred of hope that's going to come back up and you don't have to cut those losses. But if you're using proper risk management, cutting losses shouldn't hurt because you should not be losing that much in terms of percentage. Obviously, if I have a $100,000 account and you're losing $1,000 per trade, even though that's 1%, it's still $1,000. But once you get to those price levels on your portfolio, not price levels, but that amount in your portfolio, you're going to understand everything from a percentage perspective. So it's not even going to matter. So I would say in this region, just eyeballing it, I would say like a 2.5% stop loss is more than adequate. Right here, and right here. And obviously we're targeting, this is a swing trade. If you guys take this trade, obviously not financial advice, this is going to take a little bit. So buckle up. And if your emotions aren't in check, every single little up and down is going to, mess with you. So if we do, I'm probably going to be taking, our target's 3,100. So I'm probably going to take my profits at 2,900. All right. So depending on which actual trade hits, all right, this first one is a 30 risk reward ratio. The second one is a 35, and this third one is almost a 40. So wonderful risk reward ratio trades there. There's nothing more to say with that. That's my ETH outlook. Let's go ahead and start with Bitcoin now. All right, so let's go ahead, find out what our biggest uptrend is. All right, so this is obviously our biggest uptrend right here. And you can see with that uptrend, we actually have some space to the right to come down. It's not like we're pressed up against it and it's going to cause us to bounce. We actually have some room to fall here. So obviously with the macros, we have an uptrend here, downtrend here, local low. And then right here, we have an uptrend, downtrend, right here, local low. All right, so that actually looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me go ahead and see if I can get a count. So this looks like a first wave extension right here, second, third, fourth, and we're looking for a fifth. This is actually looking like it's creating a ascending wedge like this. So to me, actually, it looks like ETH is on a trajectory for a really fast push to the upside. It looks like Bitcoin's actually going to take its dear old time here because we do have this resistance here. And like I said, it looks like we're trying to build an ascending wedge, which then we should fall out of. So let's go ahead and see what that target wants to be. All right, it looks like about 90,000. That's the target that wants to happen. Let's go ahead and create a rectangle box here. So we're looking for anywhere around 100K, I would say, because obviously with working with these bigger numbers, it's really what the percentages that matter. So even though it's thousands of dollars, it's only a couple percents. So we're looking for this area for the next big short. Like I said, we could get a fifth wave extension. And obviously, if we break out of this ascending wedge to the upside, there's a lot of potential in that. So we'll see how things work out. But that's my target at the moment based off of the Elliott wave count that I currently see. $90,000 doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. A lot of people were calling for like 300K this bull run. But, I mean, people were calling for 300K in the last 20K bull run. Did we get to that? No. So, like I said, count your blessings. If 90K is the top, it's been one hell of a year. Come on, guys. We bottomed out. You even had the coronavirus crash that gave you that moment of time to pick up some more cheap Bitcoin. $3,000 to 90K, guys. That's 30x. Just holding the coin. And if you knew how to leverage trade, you could have made so much more. But hopefully, with the newfound knowledge, you guys can short the bear market, make tons of cash, pick up that bottom around 45K, maybe even, let's see. What's the last local low? 29K. All right. So hopefully you guys get that chance. And then maybe by next bull run, a lot of you guys will be coming back and say, hey, I got some extra money. You want a Lambo? I'm not going to deny it. All right. So that's my outlook for Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and see if I can find any short-term time frame trades for you guys. Obviously, like I said, Bitcoin, although I do trade it macro, I don't really leverage trade it on a daily basis anymore. I mostly trade ETH. So when it comes to the short-term time frames, it's a very, very, very similar setup to ETH at the moment. Now, like I said, ETH leads the market, so you can see this kind of just broke out of its uptrend. ETH is pretty decently broken out of its uptrend, waiting for that that push to the downside. I think they're just letting people stack up their longs before they liquidate them. So right here, go ahead, mark out the uptrend that we are currently sitting in. And then we have an uptrend broken, downtrend, downtrend broken. That's our major local low at the moment. All right, you can see we're sitting at that last local high right now. Now, if we do break that last local high, that's a good sign, and we'll see what happens. But it could be very, very similar to what happened on ETH when it broke its local high, trying to start that 1-2 structure, and then come back down. That surprised a lot of people. So if it is going to come back down, I would say my first option for a long would probably be 49,241. And then so this is the problem right here. We have the major, like the 1, 2, 3, the ABC. But then within this single wave here, we do have an uptrend, downtrend. So that would actually put two local lows right next to each other. So the only problem is you don't want to stack your trades like this because that's a little bit inefficient. So I'm going to actually delete, since this one comes first, I'm actually just going to delete this one. And then that way, yes, there is a definite possibility that's going to fall through this support at first, but then come back above it and you'll just have to re-enter. Oh well. But we'll just put on a little bit of a bigger stop loss, say 2.5%, just because of that fact. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and probably do, I would say like a 1.6%. We'd probably be looking good. And then we're targeting 90K essentially. Like I said, these are macro trades. This is not something that you're going to enter and it's going to be done by next week. All right, so since the target is 90,000, I'm probably going to be taking my profit about 85. And we have a 44 risk reward ratio and a 32. Now, if you do want this trade to be a larger risk reward ratio, just know that you are taking on extra risk and you have the availability of getting stopped out more than once. But if you want to do, a 1.6 stop loss as well, that is a 47 risk reward ratio. Meaning if you are risking 5% of your account in the trade, you are going to make roughly almost 250% profit to your entire trading portfolio. Pretty fantastic if this works out. All right. So those are the targets for Bitcoin that I can see, as well as that short-term time frame trade. I don't want to endorse you guys taking, like, obviously my Telegram group, I take shorter term time frame trades over there. But for, having you guys here, anybody that's just starting out with leverage, I don't want to give you that sirens call, the sirens call of scalping. You can lose a lot of money if you don't do it right. That's why I say start on the higher time frames. And last but not least, I don't even have LTC highlighted there. I have EOS. Let's go ahead and bring up LTC. Litecoin was one of my favorite coins starting out in the bull market. It really was. Because I just saw a great potential in it. We were marking out these coins even before they popped off. My entry for my actual, my spot portfolio, that I don't typically trade, that I got my entry on Litecoin at $66. That's what I was promoting as my entry. All right, so Litecoin, let's see. Uptrend, downtrend, local low. And then uptrend, downtrend, local low. Now I'm going to go with that right there. Just a little bit more average. And that creates a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure that we could possibly work with. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Like I said, in real world markets. So more than likely what in the short term time frame, I could see us coming back down to retest. Oh, that's perfect. There's a local low right on that. I would say if Litecoin comes back down, it's going to come back down and bottom out around 179. All right, you can see that local low right there. That's the reason why I'm calling this. But as well as that, it's going to come back down and retest the top of the one and make sure that that is confirmed support, because we did come back down below it. So we probably want to come back down, make sure, because all a market is, and especially a market for high-end traders, is to retest constantly to make sure that the validity of the price of the asset is valid at any point, anytime. So whenever you break a major resistance like this and then you break back into it, more likely than not, you want to come back down, retest it, and confirm it as support before continuing on to higher price points or even going up to test the top of the three. So let's go ahead and see what that target wants to be. We're possibly looking for $397 as the top of the fifth wave. That's looking pretty good. Let's see. We have slow, fast, slow. All right, so probably this is going to take a good month, 2 months for itself to work out because it's probably going to look very, very similar to this. All right. The 1 is always similar to the 5 in terms of how fast the move happened. So we're looking for anywhere between, most likely, I would say 425 and 375 as a technical top. All right, that's what I'm aiming for. And then, like I said, the most attractive local low to me is definitely going to be 179. That's where I'll be looking to pick up. Like I said, I do have a very nice stack of Litecoin. So it's not one of my bigger leverage trading coins. Like I said, ETH is my leverage trading coin. So probably, I would say a 3% stop on Litecoin. That's what's looking good to me. Because a lot of people ask me, is there like a set percentage for my trades on, how do I determine that? I just use my eyeballs, man. You just want to make sure that you're giving price action enough room to breathe, essentially, because obviously markets aren't perfect. That line's not going to be exact. It might come down just a tad bit lower and then bounce. So you don't want to get wicked out just because you were, scared, essentially, or too greedy. Because if you're too scared and you have your stop loss high, that's one reason. But then you could also have your stop loss too high, too close. If you're greedy because you want to increase your risk reward ratio. Because the only thing that can increase your leverage per trade is your stop loss. Your stop loss is actually what determines most of your actual outcome. So right there, I'm probably going to be taking my profits at, 375. That's what I'm aiming for. That would be 36 risk reward ratio. Like I said, not going to happen next week. Not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's probably going to be a month, maybe 2 months. But you're going to make tons of money. And that's what matters. So that's the big three. Ryan, I presume you were looking at the chat a little bit. Any questions come through that you think is the most important?
I was trying to pay attention to the chat, but I'm like a few minutes behind you on audio. So I've kind of just been hanging out here, and it's hard to keep up with what you're actually doing on the screen because I'm like hearing you live, but I'm seeing you so far behind.
I know.
There's a ton of good questions in there. I don't even know where to start. I think we should probably just start at what they've just learned now and maybe start taking questions right now and then roll with it. I know that there's a couple people that I got an idea what coins to pull up. So whenever we get into that part, I got you.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm looking at the chat, guys. So any questions specifically, we're not doing coins yet, specifically about my trading style. How do I, do certain things? Anything from last night's live stream that was not clear, I can help, go ahead and clear some of that stuff up.
One of the main questions I've seen come up a couple times now is, I think they're wanting to know when the price reverses. How are you deciding and how are you determining exactly when to get back into that for a long or for a short? I know I've seen a couple people asking, are we supposed to be shorting Bitcoin right now, or are we looking to long Bitcoin?
Gotcha. So like I said, in the short term, we are looking for a pullback. Now, if you are trading on spot, meaning you're just buying and selling actual Bitcoin or whatever coin we talked about today, you can't short trade. So you have to wait for it to come back down to those levels in order to take, buy back into the market. Like I said, not financial advice. I can't tell you to sell your stuff. Obviously, hodl to death if that's your mentality. But what I'm doing is right now, I am more short than I am bullish. Short term. Like I said, I do think we're going to 3K, 90K, and 400 on all the big three. I essentially equate Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum to Bitcoin as gold, Ethereum as platinum, and Litecoin as silver. Just the digital metals of our generation. So, and the prices kind of work out that way as well. So, like I said, I'm looking for a pullback. If you guys want to hop in, do so. But the way that I find that out, you saw how we went through and we checked out the trends, marked out the local lows. Local lows are where I long. All right. And the only reason why it looks like we're longing a local high is because there is a short-term time frame local low that is related to it. That's why. Do you trade your long positions or just hodl? Like I said, if it's a really, really attractive trade like this one, I'll add some extra leverage to it, nothing crazy. But mostly I just kind of hodl, but I sell as well. I'm not just buying and never selling. I've gotten to the point where I can, sell strategically and buy back later. Obviously, I'm in Bitcoin because I like Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to die. So I am a hodler in that respect. But the aim of the game is to get more Bitcoin. It's a deflationary asset. It's going to cause some class war problems in the future, guys, if you don't have a lot. Go over the app a little bit more, how to place these bets, and that can be kind of confusing with the new app. So the website that I use in particular is called Bybit. All right, so not BitBuy or anything like that, because I think, uh, and also make sure that it is BYBIT. There is another website called Bybit, but spelled like how you would buy an item. That is a scam website. All right, don't touch it. All right, it's
Good to know. Good to
BYBIT.
know.
And
Do
you
you have an
do have
affiliate link?
yeah, it's actually in the description of this video.
Oh, perfect.
So
There
if
you
you
go.
guys sign up with that, I would truly appreciate it. Helps the channel. And that is the Bybit affiliate. 80% of the money goes to giveaways, and then 20% goes to me. Right now, we did a giveaway a long time ago for about 400 bucks, but right now we're in a bull market. So what I want to do is any money that's coming into that account, I'm trading it actually, and we're making it a greater amount. That way I can give out even more. So I'm not,
Nice. That's so
promising you the
awesome.
world here, but I want to give back. But Bybit is essentially just a leverage trading platform. You have three different options to trade when you come into Bybit. You go up here to the top left. You have the trading tab here. You have inverse perpetual, USDT perpetual, and inverse futures. I have not explored inverse futures yet, so I don't have really any answers on that. All right. But inverse perpetual is essentially you are trading the coin versus contracts. A contract is equivalent to $1. So you're essentially trading US dollars versus the coin, but you are getting paid out in the actual coin you are trading. All right. It's not like the CMEs. USDT perpetual, you're trading USDT versus the coin, but you're getting paid out in USDT, which if you're in a bear market or you're a certain type of trader, can actually be really more attractive. So that's the couple different options. Now, when you come in here, right now, I am trading ETH. I'm in a long right now off of a MACD cross, and we're just looking for 25% profit. So we're looking for it to come up to about 1803, and then I cut my profit. I'm not looking for it to go to the moon. Just taking a little bit off the top. That's what scalping is. Too many people go overboard with it and try to make so much money. But so in order to open a trade like this, you need a couple things, right? You need how are you going to enter? Are you doing it based off of price levels, or are you doing it based off of an indicator? So right now I'm working on that MACD strategy that we talked about towards the end of Ryan's stream. Um, and I'm simply going long whenever that signal happens. I really don't care if it's out of support or resistance. If the signal happens, I have to follow it. I'm trying to keep my money where my mouth is, even if the account fails. I want to make sure that I am testing this right along with you guys, making sure that if someone says, hey man, the strategy didn't work, I can go, oh yeah? Look at my look at my bank account right now. I followed every single signal. That way I can see if anybody's bullshitting me. But I have a set 3% stop loss and a set 3% profit. Now, what I mean by that is in this range right here, in order to make 25% profit on margin, and I explained what margin is last night, so hopefully I don't have to explain that again. But 25% of my margin is 5% of my entire account. Okay, so when this trade right here gets to 25%, I know that I made 5% on my account and I can cut the trade. I'm aiming to make around 5% a day. Obviously, know that's on the higher end of things. I'm realistically only expecting 2.5% a day because you have to take losses into account as well. But it should work out fine. So over here, you have open and close, right? You don't really have to ever touch close, in my opinion. Now, you have three different types of trades, and make sure that you are trading on isolated. Right here, you have cross and isolated. Cross uses your entire account. Isolated, you can use small bits and pieces of your account so that you don't make a stupid mistake. I've had people that have lost their entire accounts because they did not realize they were on cross and did not set a stop loss. Always, always, always set a stop loss. If you don't have a stop loss, you should not be in a trade. You should know where you would want to cut your losses. All right, so up here on the top right of that, and let me go ahead and zoom in just to make sure that you guys can see this. Let's go ahead right here, Control plus. And so right here up in the top right, boom, you have long and short. The way that I have my calculator set up right now, I'm using 8x leverage consistently every single trade. All right. So I go to open. Typically, based off the MACD signals, I'm using market. All right. So right here, you're going to put in the equivalent amount of ETH that your margin should be. So right now, for me, it's anywhere between $180 margin and $195 margin. So, it's going to be equivalent to about 0.87 ETH. And then you go ahead, let's say that I wanted to take a short. You click this little checkbox. That is a take profit and a stop loss. You go ahead and you click 25%, 25%, and that will automatically put everything that you need. Now, if your calculator is set up differently, these numbers are not going to be the same. I'm not saying that every single trade for everybody you click 25%, 25%. Just the strategy that I have specifically set up at the moment. But that's how you enter the trade and you let it go. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And obviously, don't start out with a huge amount of cash. If you're just getting into this, I do not recommend starting with tens of thousands of dollars. Please start with like $50. The worst thing that can happen is you lose it all. The best thing that can happen is you make 50 grand. And I'm serious when I say that. So if that is the two options, I think it's pretty attractive. Is it going to be fast money? No. Are you going to feel motivated because you're making fat stacks? No. A lot of people don't take the proper time to learn how to do this because when you're starting with an account that's $50, every single win, you might be only making $1 or 50 cents. Oh well. Get it right before you show up to fight. All right? That's my rule. All right. I think that covered it pretty well. Let me go ahead and go back to the chat, and we'll continue taking questions. I told Ryan that I was going to be doing this for about an hour. Right now, we are sitting at. Where's my chat on? Okay, cool. Right now, we're sitting about 44 minutes. We'll probably go to about maybe like an hour and 25, hour and 30.
Yeah, I'm down 100%. And I see a couple people are asking a bunch of other questions. I'm going to do my best to learn this and help reteach it to you guys. So if there's anything that you're not getting, I promise I'm going to do my best to absolutely master this strategy over the next couple of weeks. And I'll try my best to help everybody I can. So thank you, Kite, for giving me the opportunity to learn this one-on-one with you.
No
It's
problem,
really,
man.
I really feel like it's an honor. Like you're giving me the keys, man. And now I just got to work for it. Once I understand it, you just have to just practice and practice and practice.
Absolutely. And like I said, it takes time. Like I'm not sitting here preaching a get rich quick scheme. I've been doing this for 3 years. I got lucky in the beginning, but I've definitely screwed up a lot. It's taken me a long time to get to the point where I can sit here and be on my high horse and preach about all these mistakes. And when I preach about these mistakes, I'm not simply saying it because it's a common knowledge. I say it because I lived it. I've made every single mistake in the book. And the one thing that aggravates me is when I sit here and preach and then someone texts me, hey, I did this, this, and that. And I go, how long you been watching the channel? A year. I just want the best for you guys. And if you don't listen, I can't help. That's it. Um, Nitro said, I'm taking money out of my wife's purse to start this.
I saw that. I was cracking up when I saw
That's awesome. Don't do that, please.
that.
How do you decide when to cut the loss? So, like I said, if you're doing proper technical analysis like this, you're going to have points of invalidation. So, if I take a long here, and this is my condition on why I'm taking a long, if we get below that price level, I'm going to cut my losses. Now, it's not going to be the exact dollar that I get below that price level because, like I said, you need to give room for the market to breathe. But as long as it gets a significant amount, like 2.5%, like I said, it's different for each and every coin and based on your own personality. But that's what I'm comfortable with. And if it gets below it that amount, I don't think it's a good place to hold it anymore. And it can always go down lower to the next line or the next line. That's how I decide where to cut my losses. Or with the MACD strategy, it's kind of just set up in a way that I only ever plan on losing a maximum of 5%. But let's say that I have to switch my position mid trade. I can actually cut my losses even sooner and lose no more than probably 1 to 2%, which is pretty cool. Austin, you need a pimp hat and a walking cane. Thank you, I guess. I'll try to pick up one of those. Let's see. Kite Crypto, how do you keep so calm while in a trade? Thick skin. I've been in so many. Like I said, when I said I've been trading for 3.5 years, I've probably been in a trade 90% of that time. And not all of them were the best trades. Like I said, I've learned how to cut my losses short and make the most out of trading. But there was times where I've been holding on to a trade until death, and just praying to God. And I've just learned how to take my emotions out of it because, like I said, the more useless thought that you put into this, the more useless results you're going to get out of it. And a lot of the times, what you realize is the useless thought is you. Take your ego out of it. Stop trying to predict the market that's unpredictable. And what I mean by that, yes, you can predict certain price levels, but you're not going to know what it's going to do every single second. You don't know if it needs to come back down just a little bit or go back up a little bit. Don't let these short-term time frames shake you out of positions. Take a step back and breathe. One of the things that I promote, like let's say you get into a trade right here, all right? Set up like let's say I take a long at this local low. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Take the long because that's what you're supposed to do, and then move your line down to where your stop loss is. Right click it, hit add alert, and then walk the hell away from the computer. My mentality is it's either going to work or it is not. You watching your screen is not going to change anything. And you go, but Austin, I'm manifesting the price will go up. Yeah, see how that works out. It's not going to work out. All right, it's either going to happen or it's not. Let it do its thing. And do some Wim Hof. That will help too. How do you fund your Bybit account again? All right, so let's go ahead. Up here in the top right, you go to your account, hit My Assets, go over here, and then you'll have all of these coins to choose from. Now, if you're trading ETH on Inverse Perpetual, your money needs to be in ETH. If you're trading EOS on EOS Perpetual, you need to have your money in EOS. The cool thing about having your money in USDT, not only when the market goes up and down, you're not affected whatsoever. You're only affected by your trades. And I'm strictly a trader. I do have my spot accounts, but those are completely separate from my trading career. So when I'm trading on USDT, uh, what it allows me to perceive is when my account goes up, it's based off of my performance, not the market. All right, and when my portfolio goes down, it's not because the market dropped. It's because my my skills dropped. All right, that's why I use USDT at the moment on this account. And then up here, you just have deposit, withdraw. My suggestion would be if you're trying to fund your Bybit account, don't send ETH or Bitcoin. The reason why is because the gas fees and the transfer fees are so high right now. I would say, like, if you're buying off of Coinbase, buy some EOS, send it to Bybit, and then when you're on Bybit, go up to the top right while you're on My Assets. And you can see right here, you have Manage Wallet Addresses, but you also have Asset Exchange. So if you hit Asset Exchange, you can actually transfer any other coin into any other coin. So like right now, I can hit USDT to Bitcoin and turn all of my USDT into Bitcoin right now. Pretty cool. And they're not price gouging on this. It's very, very small fees, which I do appreciate. Because Bybit, they make their money off of the actual trading that happens. So they're not too worried about, screwing you over on shapeshifting. Crypto Lifer, thank you very much, man. $20. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Shout out to you both and Ryan for his lack of sleep. Dude, Ryan
Sleeps for the rich people, my friend. I can't afford to sleep yet. I have not earned that privilege, in my opinion.
he explained to me like what his daily schedule works like. Is like, that's insane, man. Like, I don't know how you do it, but I respect the grind. Like going to work and then waking up, getting ready, doing, recording the videos, and then going to work, and then coming back doing a 3-hour live stream. It's ridiculous, man. And then still being able to hop on mine. So, I appreciate it, man. It's awesome.
Hey, man, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to me. I'm not gonna sleep. I'll get that shit later. Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on his channel. My bad. Guys, get me all excited.
You can swear, man. I have to keep it to a minimum because my mom watches this channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's always haggling me. She's like, Austin, you said some messed up things in your live stream today. And like she'll battle the haters in the comments for me. It's weird. I'm like, Mom, please don't watch
awesome.
my channel. But she supports it, and like it wasn't up until I started the YouTube and she saw like hundreds of people were watching me that it really was real to her. Because other than that, like I wasn't withdrawing millions of dollars and showing it off. All she knew was I'm 21 years old, haven't had a job for 3 years, and I can pay for fancy stuff. That's all she knew. So she knew I was getting money. She probably thought I was a drug dealer, to be honest. That's probably what my neighbors thought, because all I did was stay home, order DoorDash, and all of a sudden I pull up in a new Mercedes in my driveway when I haven't left the house for 3 years. So they probably thought I was drug running through DoorDash.
Yeah, it's like the money in the house. The money's turning into smart money. One session with Kite at a time, guys.
Let's see. I saw you have a video from like 7 years ago titled "How to Make Easy Money in School." Where do you think your investor entrepreneur spirit came from? That's like I explained with my little background story. It wasn't too deep, but like I said, my parents were divorced when I was a kid. My dad had an opioid addiction, and it broke him. So he went broke initially because of the addiction, doing stupid stuff. And then when he had the divorce from my mother, I'm not here to say like misandry is a thing. But single fathers in a divorce get absolutely bent over a desk. All right, whether they're in the right or in the wrong, they get bent over a desk. They have to give up everything, their entire life, and then pay alimony for 10 years. So he got into this financial rut, had to take payday loans after payday loans with predatory interest, and he was lost. So he never ever missed a weekend with me. So every single time we would take this long back and forth drive up to my grandparents, we would have long, deep conversations about religion, life, money, all that kind of stuff, just trying to make sure that I didn't repeat the same mistakes that he did. And one of the conversations him and me always talked about was, finding the next Microsoft. He would talk to me about how you could have put in $500 back then, walked away with a couple million today, and talk to me about my business ideas that I was making, and I just wanted to help him. So I tried my best, and then I found Bitcoin, and I put in the work. And then I also sold candy in high school. Anything I could do. I had a computer building business in my neighborhood when I was 12. My mom really wouldn't let me start it, but I tried anyways. Lemonade stands, selling, candy in school. Uh, what else did I do? Selling Pokemon cards. I even set up like a thrift shop in the back of my house where my mom would go to work with all my old Legos. Anything. I was just a little Gary V.
Gary Vee's the man.
So let's see what we got. What a great dad. With all of his faults, my dad is one of the best people that I know. And we had a conversation when I went up there last. I told him, I was like, I don't feel bad about anything. Obviously, I wish you were there as a kid more often, but if that did not happen, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't have that motivation. So, great guy.
So Kite, do you want to keep going on questions, or do you want to go into the coins? Because I got a couple questions if you want to take questions, or if you want to go into coins.
Awesome. Because I was just looking at the chat looking for any. Do your trades close automatically?
Automatic.
Yes.
That's exactly the one I was going to ask. Yep.
So right here, like I said, whenever you set up a trade, you should obviously have a stop loss. You might not have a take profit, but right here, I have it to automatically take profit at 1804 and automatically cut my losses at 1694. Like I said, if the MACD on the 15-minute on ETH happens to cross to the downside, then I'm just going to switch to a short, even if we don't get to my take profit. That's the way that I'm playing this account at the moment. See, Jovel, a little bit of a weird question, but back when I played Call of Duty, I was actually ranked number 500 in the world. Didn't have a crazy high KD. I was just consistent. Let's see. Trying to look for any more questions about the actual trading side of things. Like I said, guys, I'm not here to... Oh, thank you for the $5, Orlando. Thank you, guys. What's the best way to withdraw and spend some profit? So, pretty much, make sure that you pay your taxes. Don't want to dodge the tax man. But what I simply do is withdraw either EOS or BTC or ETH from Bybit if I'm wanting to cash it out to cash to actually spend. Straight to Coinbase. And then Coinbase, they'll automatically log when the money came in, what you sold it for, all that good stuff. And then you can obviously pay your taxes on it whenever that tax document is generated. And then it goes to my PayPal and then straight to my bank account. Like I can literally cash out, 10 grand in 15 minutes if I wanted to.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Did you see any more questions? I'm trying to look for myself, but
I just was like, there's so many. I don't really know where to go with them.
Awesome. Actually, that's a good one. Explain funding. So I told you guys I was going to do that. So funding on Bybit happens every 8 hours. So up here in the top left, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. All right. So over here in the top left, you can see right here, funding/countdown. So you can see, and in 1 hour and 15 minutes, there is going to be a funding. Basically meaning that if you are in a long, you are going to have to pay 0.04% of your contract size or of your margin size. So my margin size is the equivalent of 0.84 ETH, right? So the actual number that it's taking that percentage out of is not your $184 of margin from your actual account. It's actually 184 times 8, and then that number is what they're taking that 0.04% out of every 8 hours. But like I said, if you're playing the market right, most of the time funding's not going to hurt you. But if you are on the opposite side of the coin, if you are holding a short and the funding is positive when it hits, you actually make that equivalent amount of money. So if I was in a short right now for 0.84 ETH, I would actually, for free, just by holding the trade, make 0.04% of 0.84 ETH. Pretty damn cool. So I wanted to explain how you can use that to your benefit in the bear market, because most of the time funding is going to be positive because people, crypto go boom. Everybody wants the price to go up. So even when it's, strategically and right in front of your face, it's a downtrend, it's a bear market, funding is typically still to the upside for some reason. People just confuse me, but I make money, so it's fine. So maybe I won't if I teach enough people this. Who knows? But essentially, what you're trying to do is, if you want to make money off of funding, you can open up a short position that is going on for an extremely long time. So let me bring up an example on like Bitcoin for just for shits and giggles. All right, so we're going to go to the 12-hour chart. How about that? All right, so let's say that you set up a short position off of the top of these price levels. So let's say that you set up a short position off of this local high right here. I know it's hard to see if you don't have the right eyes, but you can see we have a downtrend, small uptrend, created a local high right here. You can actually have taken a short from right there that you could have held for multiple hundreds of days. All right, so let's say you opened up a short right here, just like that, with about maybe like let's say 5%, just to make it even. All right, now you're not concerned about taking profit on this trade. You're concerned about leaving this open for as long as humanly possible until you get stopped out. All right, so from the time that we opened that, potentially, it would have been 367 days until you got stopped out. All right, so if I have a trade that is worth 100,000 contracts, all right, so let's say that I have a trade that is worth 100,000 contracts, and let's say that every 8 hours, typically funding is not this crazy. It's only during bull markets that it's this crazy. Typically, it's around 0.02%, okay? So every 8 hours, just simply holding the trade, I'm going to make 10, 1, 0, 2. I'm going to make roughly $20 every 8 hours just holding the trade, all right? So I'm going to be making that 3 times a day for 367 days. So I'm going to make $22,000 doing nothing for 367 days. So pretty much you made the equivalent. Well, actually, at my old day job, I was making $8.25 an hour, and I only made about 11 grand that year. So you're gonna be making about $16 an hour for that entire year. Pretty much, if you were working a regular day job. So,
Crazy.
with that being said, what you're not taking into account is this is basically DCAing for you. So every 8 hours, you're buying a little bit of Bitcoin here, everywhere. You're buying Bitcoin everywhere. $20 every 8 hours, whether we're down at 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000. Now, take that into account. Let's say that the average amount of Bitcoin that was bought was around the $8,000 price level. So essentially, I could have walked away. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. 22,000, 0, 20. Let's say that I bought typically around $8,000. That means I would have made 2.75 Bitcoin simply holding on to that short. And then we hit the bull market and possibly top out at 90K. So that that small investment that you made doing nothing, all you did was take a trade and leave it open. You could have potentially walked away with $247,000 this bull run and not even touched a chart for 2 years. That's funding. That's how rich people get rich while they're sleeping. They don't even have to look at a chart.
That's crazy.
Isaiah, hello.
Oh, so hey, you got to
Isaiah,
credit quite a few super chats in there too, a little bit
what?
above. I'm not sure if you can see them.
Let's see. So we got Orlando. Thank you very much, Orlando. Lord, thank you very much for the 199. You didn't even put a message, man. Or is that a sticker? I don't know the difference between stickers and stuff. But thank you very much for the donation.
Yeah, he's just showing support, I think.
Super Google Lee. Would holding an equivalent amount of Bitcoin to trade at 4x sufficiently to cover fees for the month? Would holding... Yeah, like the lower the leverage, the less the fee is going to be. Like I said, it's based off of your contract size or the equivalent amount of coins if you're using USDT. Like I said, if you're trading properly, even if funding is decently high, it's going to cut into your profits. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be so significant that you're like, why did I even take this trade? It might just be a little bit off the top. But that's how Bybit makes their money, and as long as you're walking away with lots, why are you complaining that they're making their business side of things? So I have no problem with funding. Otherwise, you have to deal with like Robinhood, where if you want to do a similar thing and you mess up, you end up owing 20 grand on a $1,000 trade, and you're in debt. So have fun with that. I'd rather go with Bybit. Isaiah Bratton, he's my friend. I just moved down south, and I left him behind. He was like, "Who's gonna help me trade?" He was like, "I'm gonna have to deal with everybody asking me what my stop loss is now." Hello, Isaiah. I love you. Can you post your Spotify playlist? You know who this is. Let's see. That's an easy Lamborghini. I guess. Don't waste your money on cars, guys. I know it's awesome, but unless you got bullshit money, I wouldn't buy a supercar. That's a lot of money to waste on a car. You got the maintenance, you got the stupid gas prices going up because everything's gonna be going electric now, and I'm kind of afraid of that, to be honest. Just because I just bought a nice car, and if everything switches to electric over the next 5 years, the price of gas is gonna go up astronomically. Can you make a live trade? So right now, there's nothing really for me to do. Obviously, if MACD crossed to the downside, like soon, I would be able to do a live trade. But you can't just bullshit trades. Like I can't just throw in a trade right now just because I have to have a legitimate reason. That's all. But otherwise, I would if the time was right. Like I said, if the MACD crosses to the downside, yeah, we'll enter a live trade right then and there. He's sleeping on the bed right now, so I don't want to wake him because he's being good. I don't get that very often. I started with $100. I'm at 500 right now, just watching Ryan. Awesome, man. That's awesome. Do you use a VPN with Bybit? Yes, I do. I use NordVPN. You can use any VPN you like as long as the country that you have selected is allowed on Bybit. If you want one just off the bat, I use Sweden. That's the one that I use. When you fund, how much leverage do you use? We explained the leverage trading calculator last night, but I also have a video on my channel. It should be called Best Tool for Leverage Traders. It will help explain how this works. This is going to help you decide based off of the parameters and the amount of money you want to make and the risk you're willing to take. It will give you the leverage that is appropriate for the trade. If you are strictly basing your leverage off of emotions, you're gambling. You're not. There's no strategic value to this. If you get rich, congratulations, but more than likely you're going to lose. There is a very common saying that 99% of people that try to trade the market lose. All right. And they go, just hodl. 99% of people that try to trade lose. All right. 100% of people that trade this market lose. But the 1% of people that trade the market and they lose, that wins, like actually comes out with profit, they lose with purpose, not by emotion. That's the difference. Can you explain the difference in leverage trading between Bybit and Binance? I believe they're very similar. I have not messed with Binance at all, so I've seen some people do it. Um, I'm not quite sure, so I can't answer that. Usually, like when someone asks me a question that I'm not sure about, like that'll be on my mind and I might find out later, but I'm not going to give you a bullshit answer. If I don't know, I don't know. Uh, Can you explain again about buying BTC? You were explaining buy here, 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 and here, 10, 20, so on. I was explaining funding. That's a lot to explain again. I would say after the stream when the VOD is posted, just go back and rewatch that little section. Let's go ahead, bring us back down. Let's see. I lost $14,000. Took me 8 months to make this money simply by holding. Prematurely entered leverage without having any knowledge. That is a very common story that I hear from a lot of people. A lot of people that get into leverage trading, they'll find me when they first get into it, and they'll go, "Oh, this is awesome," and then they'll not take any of my advice, lose all their money, and then they really don't start doing the right thing until they've taken their licks. Which I wish for that to not happen, but for reality purposes, that's actually what happens more often. Because, I don't know. I try my best to give you guys all the precautions and the warning signs and everything like that, and tell you guys that this is a very, very hard thing to do emotionally, but if you can train yourself to do it right, you're going to make lots of money. Where can we get that calculator? Actually, I think it might be in the description of the video, if I'm not wrong.
Check 1 second.
Yeah, right here, Restored Formula. Oh, that's the Dropbox link. If you guys go to the video on my channel called Best Tool for Leverage Traders, there's actually a mega upload link, which actually works. I need to update that one right there. What if funding rates become negative on Bybit? Then longs get paid, okay? So if it's negative, longs get paid funding and shorts have to pay funding. And then if it's positive, longs have to pay funding and shorts get paid funding. Greg Cooper, thanks for the $5, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm encouraged, brother. Thanks for giving back. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's see.
So whenever you're ready to dive into the coins, the number one coin I think everybody's asking about right now is Cardano.
Gotcha. I'll do one more question. Do you see any reason to believe BTC will hit 60K before 54K? Like I said, potentially, because when Ethereum started its 1-2 structure to get up to the $2,000 level, we actually put in a slightly higher high and then had the massive pullback, kind of what we're looking for right now. So it could happen either way. Just be on the lookout, because more than likely we do need a pullback. If you want a market to go up, all right, when you have a catapult, you don't just leave it extended and expect the ball to keep flying. You have to pull it back in order to build the momentum and then release. It's a constant catapult motion like that, all right? That is why we have pullbacks and bull markets, not only to create local lows and in order to have somewhere to stabilize during the bear market, but also to keep propelling the market up. And then, so we'll go ahead and get into coins now. I don't want to have it going too long. I really do appreciate. I've never had this many viewers before, guys, and it feels great.
There you go, buddy.
It's a lot. There's so many questions, but
it's hard to keep up, isn't it?
Let's see. Dago to the moon. Thank you for the super chat. I guess we'll check that one out first. Let's see. Dago. I guess we'll do Tether. So I really don't like to do like Bitcoin and to ETH comparatives. It's just not my thing. Okay, actually, let's see. We have an ABC 1, 2, ABC 3, 4. So if I can get a Elliott wave count off of it, it would probably look something like this. This thing is just going straight up. That's insane. That's typically the case with a lot of these altcoins. So let's see. Look at that target right there. So if you would have counted this as the one just starting out when this first started, you can see it found a bounce at the 0.618 and not at the 0.382, which is okay. That's why I said when we were taking those longs, we're looking for the local low that's representative of the 0.382. But we want to make sure that if there's any local lows before that are significant, we want to try to take those longs because we don't know if it's ever going to come back down to that 0.382. We can see it was calling for $14 and it got to 14. Like it was calling for 14.90 and we got to 14.64 before the next major pullback. So that's why I said I always undercut the market, because if you have a target of 14.90, if you take your profit shortly beforehand, that's still a massive amount of profit. You would have made, if you would have like taken your profit, like let's say the target was here, you would have taken your profit here. That's 37% added to your portfolio. You could have cashed out, waited for it to come back down to this local low right here, right? And then bought back into the market, adding another 12% Dago to your stack, and then hopefully a fifth wave going more to the upside. So if we do have a fifth wave to the upside, more than likely the target is going to be about $18, and that could be the top of the market. I'm sorry to say. So I would say take your profit sometime around like 17.45. Just make sure that you understand that yes, that is the target. Could it go a little bit past it? Absolutely. But you can always guarantee that it's going to get below it just enough to take profit, but you can never guarantee that it will get directly to it or above it. All right. Thank you, Mamba. I appreciate it. ZK, ZRK. ZRK. Okay, let's go ahead. Bring this up. Wait, on the previous coin, Dago, what time frame was I on?
You're on the 15-minute.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I looked at the daily chart, and the daily chart didn't have a lot of data, so I went down to the 15-minute. All right, so we can so I still stand by that. ZRK. And let's take a look first at the 12-hour. Okay, not enough data to go off of, so we got to go down to, let's try 1 hour. All right, so that looks like a 1, 2. What was the target on that? Okay, the target was 18. Well, that's about, is that even 1 cent? That's 0.01 cent. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can see an Elliott wave count. That's why I like to stick to a lot of bigger cap coins, because the Elliott wave counts are easier to see. But these markets still, even though they're low cap, they still follow that same type of mentality. So I'm just trying to spot. I know this is possibly the 1. I know that's possibly the 2. Actually, you know what this could be? This could be an extended third. All right, so we have a 1, 2, 3. We're in the 4th. We're looking for a 5th. Now, the only problem is with an extended third, the 5th wave is not going to be anything really crazy. All right. So this kind of feels like, to me, it had its massive run up. About 145%. Not bad. All right. So that's an extended third. If we do happen, I would say, because we had an extended third, I would not aim for 4 cents. Hopefully that's 4 cents. 0.04, that's 4 cents. I would probably say be very cautious with this. I would say aim for about 3.8 cents. All right, making sure that you're doing your due diligence. And you can see we have a very, very nice local low right here. So obviously this coin, since it's a low cap coin, more than likely there's not any leverage trading for this, and you're probably buying it on spot. Right now is an incredible time to pick up on spot. If we do happen to fall through this support right now, the next places that I would probably be looking to pick up on spot for this coin would probably be 1.6 cents. Anywhere in this region down here. So, I mean, right now, if you're not too confident in what I'm saying, you can, like, let's say you have $1,000 that you want to put into this coin, just hypothetically. All right, you can take 250 and put it into the coin right here. And then if we do happen to dip down here, put in 500. All right. And then once we come back above this level, insert the other 250, because now you know that we're getting a significant bounce. And by that time, we would have pivoted and we would be in a significant uptrend that you can trust. And then that presumably would be, let's see, that last run up would be like 130% from that bottom if it ever does get down to that level. So, I mean, that's fantastic. Am I on the wrong coin? I put in SRK, right? Yeah, this is SRK. SRK. Yeah, we're on the right coin. And then BLZ is the one that you wanted as well. BLZ USDT. All right. Let's check out the daily chart first. Oh, this one actually has some very, very nice price action. All right. So that looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Creates wave 1, wave 2. Actually, this one looks like it's got a little bit to run with. We have a 1, a 2, and a 3. So the target for the top of the third wave before a major pullback is going to be, it wants to be 82 cents. So I would say take your profit probably around 72 cents, a little bit before that. And we're probably looking for a pullback sometime around there. I would say it's hard to say because right now, I would say until we get more market data, I really can't call this accurately because we need actual historical price action with local lows. But if I'm just basing it off of mathematics, that bottom from that drop from up there is probably going to be somewhere around 35 cents. And then that would give us the next target of about $2.40. Always take your profit beforehand and you're safe. And that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And I'm almost positive that could be the top of the market for this coin. If you can catch this bottom right here, that would be 440%. I might have to take a look at this coin later on. Let's see. ETC and Matta. Yeah, Matta is one of the ones that Ryan mentioned to me before because I was asking if there was any coins that you guys constantly asked about in his streams.
Yeah, it was ADA and H bar for sure.
ADA, H bar. So we'll take a look at Matta and ETC, and then we'll take a look at H bar and Cardano. Oh, this is actually such a beautiful chart. I love when I open up S coins, and they look decent on the charts because not a lot of them do, to be honest. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big drop.
Hey Kite, is there any way you can pull me off the screen and let me see and share your screen with me so I want to watch this one?
Yeah, of course. Display capture one. Boom. And then I'll go ahead and share my screen with you.
Yeah.
Boom. And then let me. It actually allows me to pull up the chat on my entire screen too. That's awesome.
There we go. Sick. Yes. Hell yeah. Now I'm in the game, guys. All right.
Awesome. So look how beautiful this worked out. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is actually an extended fifth right here because you can see that wave 3 barely got to its target. All right. So that's why, like, if you want to be really advanced with it, like, this is your target. Like, start laddering yourself out of the trade. It's like maybe take 25% of your profits here, 25% of your profits here, so on and so on. So wave 3 did not quite get to its target, which is unfortunate, but that gave us an extended 5th. So instead of getting to, actually, oh my God, look how perfect that, oh, beautiful. Who suggested this? Matta? Oh my God, Matta is like the beauty of Elliott Wave right now. Look at that right there. If you would have had this marked out as your 3rd wave, look at what it called as the top of the 5th wave before that major pullback. Look at that wick, guys. That is called trading porn right there. Trading porn. Got right to that price level, immediately fell. That's awesome. I love to see that. So markets, they move up in 5 waves, but they move down in 3 waves called ABCs. So you can see A, B, C, and then it started maintaining a fuller trend. So right now, it's actually looking like since Matta is getting its start. How old is this coin? Is this price action legit? Did this coin just come out in December? Or how long has this coin been around? Can anybody answer that in the chat? Because if this is just starting as a coin, we're actually not going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this bull run. We're actually going to see a very, very large ABC like this. A, B, C. Because we need to create the first wave for the remaining 10 years and how this market is going to work itself out.
Mono was out in 2017.
2017? All
Yep.
right. So this exchange, I'm on Kraken. I'm going to go off of what I see. So, but that shouldn't change much. But this looks like it could just be an ABC. But we're going to mark it out as if it's going to have a 5-wave structure, just so you guys are ready for it and you guys can watch out for stuff. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, and it's calling for the top of the 3rd wave to be about $1.37. All right. Like I said, I'm not giving you guys time frames for this. I'm giving you the price targets. Price action, depending on which coin it is and just the current market conditions, it can take longer or shorter. Who knows? This seems like it's got a pretty good, significant uptrend going up. But I can already see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's going to have a pullback here shortly over the next couple of days, just from what I'm looking at, without even any sort of price action from it. So take your profits beforehand. Always suggest that. And it's probably going to come back down. Let's see where the 0.618 is. It's probably going to want to come back down to somewhere around like 58 cents. And then if it is going to have a 5th wave structure, it's going to try to make it up to about $3.78. Like I said, who knows if it's going to get there. On the 5th wave, I like to be extra cautious. So, like I'll say take my profits here. I might take it even a little bit beforehand. So maybe like $2.95, because $3 is a big psychological number for a coin like this. That's my targets. $3.78 as the macro target for maybe even the top of the bull run. And then $1.19 for the next major top that this coin should have a pullback. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the super chats, guys. I'm not like I'm not used to getting them because I really don't like. But I guess it helps if you guys want to get your voices heard, because there's so many messages. I'm sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in Zill, Vet, and RSR today. Yeah, sure. Zill. Go ahead and check that out. I think I actually did a. Let's see. Maybe not.
Did you already pull ADA yet? I don't think you did you?
Oh, yeah, let me do ADA first, because I know you guys, everybody probably kind of likes that. Cardano. Oh, look at this. I had this marked out already.
Everybody's freaking out about the big pullback today. Went down to 99 cents.
Big pullback? What are you talking about?
That's what everybody's saying.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Get off the lower time frame. Stop stressing yourselves out. This is not a big pullback. It looks like to me We have an A, a B, and we're creating the C. I know it's hard to see, so let's go ahead and go down to a 1 hour time frame. The next strongest support is what we currently just got to bounce off of on ADA, right? Because you can see right here, we have an uptrend and then a downtrend. So the local lows from this uptrend are going to determine where this downtrend can actually reverse. So we have uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, okay? So 99 cents is actually a very, very strong price level. Not only is it psychological, but it's also definitely an actual support and resistance that we can get a bounce off of. You can see it pretty much touched it, and we're already back up, what, 7% just in the last day? I would say if that support fails, we're most likely going to come back down to 81 cents. That would be a little bit of a drop right there. All right. And then that most likely would become a full A, B, extended C. And let's see if I can get a wave count off of this. Looks like we got a 1, 2, 3, extended fifth. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's actually not good for the coin itself. We might actually be expecting a little bit of a bigger pullback, guys. I'm sorry to say. This. Like I said, just going based off of what I see when it comes to Elliott Wave, we definitely have a 1-2 structure here with what could be an extended third. Now, the only problem is that this could have been. It depends on what happened. Did this big gigantic wick all the way down to 15 cents only happen on Kraken, or did that happen on
Yes.
multiple exchanges?
Only on Kraken.
Only
That
on
was when
Kraken.
their hard fork. That was when their hard fork was happening. So I assume that that's something to do with that hard fork. If I'm not mistaken, if that's the day of the hard fork, was it the? I can't see it when you pull your. What day was that on?
That was on roughly the 22nd of February.
I'll confirm that here in a minute. You can do your thing.
Gotcha. So this is definitely the first wave. You can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has a 5-wave count. We have an A, B, C, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but it looks like we got an extended third. Now, with an extended third, that means the fourth wave doesn't necessarily have to come down all that much. The main price levels that I would be looking to pick up ADA on spot, I would insert some money here just in case we do bounce here. And then if we fall down to 81 cent, then I would probably put some money in there. And then last but not least, if we fall down to 68 cents, I would put some money in there. Because it looks like we need to create a fourth wave. All right. Just like so. And while Bitcoin and ETH are figuring themselves out and getting ready for the next run, this is the perfect time for a pullback on all of these altcoins. Because obviously with the bigger coins having their pullbacks, these are definitely going to have it as well. And that's something that I follow a lot. Like you don't even have to leverage trade a lot of, major coins. Like if you want to make extreme profit, wait for a pullback on Bitcoin and then short altcoins. You'll make tremendous amounts of money because altcoins are finicky. People oversell them. They drop like rocks. But that would probably be the lowest point that I would ever be looking to pick up Cardano. Anything past that just doesn't seem safe in my book, to be honest. But it's going to be going back down, trying to retest the 0.618 or the 1.618 of the first wave. And then we could continue into the fifth. If we continue into the fifth, that is going to be, it wants to target $9.24, but I highly doubt, because of the way that this market worked out and we got an extended third, I would bet my bottom dollar that it's only going to get to about halfway. So I would say $4 is like what I feel safe with this coin getting to. But if you are able to kind of DCA these entries and then get like an average buy somewhere around like 82 cents and we get up to even halfway to our target, that's 400%. What more do you want?
Dang.
Insane. And then what's the other coin that you guys like, Ryan?
H bar.
H bar. H bar. Make sure I got the right one. Is it this one?
Yep. Yes,
Awesome.
it is.
Oh, that's a strong 1-2 structure right there. It looks like we definitely got a 1 and a 2. We'll see if we're close to the top of the 3. We're getting dangerously close to the top of the 3, guys. If you guys are holding on to H-bar, not financial advice, but this would be when I'm hopping out of this, to be honest. It's very nice to have something go straight up, but it gives you this false sense of hope that this thing is going to keep going straight up. It looks like it's time for a pullback, guys. Because our target is 35 cents, and that's respectable. So I mean, it could go a little bit above it, actually, if we get an extended third. But simply based off the principles that I follow, if I was holding this coin, it's time to get out. That's all. In terms of where we're going to bottom out, the only major local low that I can see that's up next for a possible reversal of the downtrend is at 13 cents. So if you thought Cardano's drop was bad, if I called this right, this drop's going to be significant. Like if we dropped right now down to that price level, that's 51%. If we do happen to go up a little bit further and touch that 1.618 or even a little bit past it, that could possibly be like 64% drop. That would definitely shake some people's boots.
Wow.
But yeah, that would be the fourth wave. Obviously, the lowest possible point that it can get to is 8.9 cents right here. So those are the two major local lows that we have to work with. So if you had $1,000, I would say, maybe put $250 in here, and then the other $750 in there. And then if we happen to break below this level, it's tough with these altcoins. You have to be willing to trade them, because if you're hodling, it can get tough emotionally. So, I mean, if we broke below that level, you could sell off and then buy back down at that lower level. Or if we do happen to come back above that level, buy back in. That's what I would probably do, especially when you're working with such extreme numbers. All right. And then finally, we have the fifth wave. The fifth wave wants to be at $1.57. Big chunk of change. Once again, take your profits beforehand. Don't ever wait for the actual target, because if I can see the target, millions of other people can, and they're going to pull their money out of the market first. So always be the first person to take your money out, and you'll never be safe. I mean, you'll never be sorry. You'll be safe, never sorry.
That's awesome.
But yeah, if you do happen to pick up at that price level, and that happens to be the bottom, to the next target, that would be... let's see. That would be 855%.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. ETC. Sorry, I did not mean to just do Matta and then skip over ETC. It's just I'm trying to keep up. And like I said, I don't want to waste Ryan's time. He's a busy guy. He's probably tired as hell. I am too.
No, man, I would do anything for this, so thank you.
All right, so looks like we got a very, very nice... Oh, this... I don't even need Elliott Wave for this, guys. The target, we have to get above $13.18. It's a simple if this and that statement, guys. All right, this is a pattern. This is not even Elliott Wave. All right, this is a pattern. The target is $47. All right, now it's an if this then that statement. If we are above $13.14, then that resistance of $47.73 will be hit. And I know people say that. Well, they go, how do you know? How do you know? I don't need to know. All right. This is how you play markets. Stop trying to be Rain Man and spit facts. All right. This is a double bottom pattern. If we break above the neckline, then the target is the length of the arm. All right. So we have the left arm. All right. And then we came up to the neckline. Then we have the right shoulder. And we are currently in the right shoulder right now. We broke above the neckline once, but I think that was just overexcitement, FOMO. And then we had to come back down to possibly form. It looks like that was the fourth wave right there, because we can see we have a 1, 2, extended third, fourth, and then we'll have the fifth. The fifth is going to be killer. But as long as we stay above $13.14, the target now becomes the length of the arm. Whether it gets past that or not, I don't know. Okay? Because let's see, if you buy in at like $13.50 and just kind of hodl, that's 243% to that resistance. Let's see, Reef. Also, how much do you look at upcoming calendar events to predict if there will be a fifth wave? The charts will tell you what the news is going to be. Crypto is completely independent. Well, I can't say that for altcoins. Altcoins have teams behind them, and they are influenced by a lot of human actions. But whenever you have a coin that is strictly decentralized, and the team has the coin's not dependent on people. Like with ETH, for example, I predicted that we were going to drop at $2,000 or shortly before, weeks ahead of time. And it was simple mathematics because of that, just because of the nature of crypto. So the cool thing is to see all of these news outlets trying to find a reason. Why did the market drop? Oh, leverage traders this, leverage traders that. Oh, miners, blah, blah, blah. It is math. It has to drop. So then they try to scramble to find a reason. It's just funny to watch these news articles come out. Let's see. So Reef. Sorry, got into a little bit of a tangent.
Reef's one of the ones that we were pulling up on my channel the other day that has like 8 different events. They have a ton of stuff coming up right now, and the coin was just running sideways for a minute. So I was saying that because of all the media attention that it was going to run up. And I'm curious to see what you're going to say about it now.
The only problem that I have, well, I guess it's not a problem because I do see a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But the problem is that wave 3 is never the shortest. But like I said, there's rules to Elliott wave, but in real world markets, is it ever going to work out exactly? No. So who knows? I think this is a proper structure here.
So what happens if it is the shortest? You don't count it as a wave,
like,
right?
If you are like a strict follower of Elliott wave, that would mean that that's not a proper structure, and you have to look for something else.
Okay.
But I'm going to count it. I'm just looking at the larger structure here. So this is a 1-2 structure.
Yep.
That tells me that the target wants to be about 21 cents. Now, with us only bouncing off of the 0.618 and not the 0.382, you would actually be aiming not for the 1.618, but the 1.382. Where is that at? Boom. So we're actually aiming for the top of the third wave to be around 13 cents. So take your profit beforehand. And then we're probably looking for it to come back down to roughly around 60, about 6 cents, 6.5 cents, maybe even a little bit beforehand. I'm just going simply off the math. That's why it's very important not just to go off the math, but as real-time data is collected and real world resistances and supports are formed, you need to kind of structure your trades around the actual real side of things, not just the mathematical side of things. And then that would put our next major target to about 31 cents. So always take your profit beforehand. And that looks like a perfect ascending wedge that this could turn into, and then topple over, and hopefully build a gigantic 1 and 2. So like if this coin is lasting and it doesn't fall off like all the other altcoins, hopefully it comes back down to either the 4 or the 2 and creates a large 1-2 structure that can, propel into the next bull market, kind of like this. And then the next bull market, I project $2.47. Like I can look multiple years into the future with Elliott Wave. Obviously, as things change, my targets change. But if you go simply off the math, you don't need the actual price action. You just need a small. Elliott Wave is essentially understanding how holograms work. You need one part of the image in order to get the whole, essentially. You're a hologram, pretty much. You can basically see into the future almost.
That's insane, man.
So hopefully that was a good explanation of Reef.
That
Let's
was
see.
beyond good. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. MACD is so close to being red. Let's go and check out ETH and see if that's true. 15-minute MACD. Let's go and pull that up. It's not close, man. What you talking about? It's still wide open. Am I denying that it's going to go down? No. But, yeah, I mean, the Stokes are still wide open. I know it's starting to curve a little bit, but you wait until it's confirmed in order to take those trades. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt. And whenever the MACD Stokes actually get above 0, that means that we're actually kind of bullish, to be honest. You can see like right here, when we get above, it wasn't until we got back below 0 on the MACD Stokes that we really fell to the downside. And you can see like right here, we even got a bounce off of 0 with the MACD Stokes and then had a really, really nice long to the upside. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ron. What'd you say?
No, you're good. You covered it right there. Thank you.
I see a glitch. I see a PSG. I'm so sorry, guys, for missing so many coins. I have no clue how Ryan does it. I like a little system. You call out that you're going to be doing multiple coins, and then you set up a little Word document. You go through. You try to get as many as possible, and then you start getting them. That's probably what I'm going to have to do here in the future.
I got a squad that helps me out. They my mods do for phenomenal. Actually, that's the one tip I was going to tell you. And one of my mods was just messaging me like he needs some more mods in there because you get so many people spamming. Your mods do a really good job of keeping that spam under control, so you can actually read all your chats as they're coming in, or for the most part, some of them anyways. And then anytime somebody gives me a tip, I automatically put that coin at the top of the list on that chart that you were talking about. That way I know, okay, these guys paid for this coins. I want to make sure I at least give them the absolute attention they deserve. And then it just kind of, the coins just come. I miss so many. I try my best, but it's impossible. I told everybody I was gonna help you out with that when we get done. So, or not now, but whenever we want. So
awesome. Justine, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Can you check out Band? Yeah, sure. Like I said, guys, if you guys have any like Bitcoin comparatives, I really don't like doing technical analysis on comparatives. I typically do it either against Tether or the US dollar because my calls are more consistent that way. It's really hard to do comparatives. And to me, it's just not worthwhile trading comparatives because I know all of us here believe in Bitcoin and probably hate fiat currency, but we live in a world where you don't buy stuff with Bitcoin yet. You're still buying stuff with the US dollar or whatever currency you use. So it only makes sense at the moment. Maybe in the future when things go full crypto, that will be what we do. But let's go ahead and look at this coin. Let's go to the 12 hours, see how much price action we got to work with. Decent amount of price action. Definitely looks like we got a 1, 2, 3, 4 extend fifth, where we have a gigantic 1, a 2. So it looks like we got a first wave extension. So that means either the third wave or the fifth wave won't reach its full target before toppling over. So that's what's kind of difficult. If you get a first wave extension, you have to play the market incredibly carefully. So I'm only going to call for the 1.382 as the top of the third. So I'm going to say about $100, maybe even less. So I'm going to say taking your profit at $80 is what you want to do. And then that would give us a fifth wave target of roughly, I would say we would probably come back down to around $23. And then 1.618, I would say aim for around like $400 as the fifth wave. Like I said, the problem with any coin that's just starting out, you have to watch out for an ABC structure, not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $80 could be the top of the market if it's an ABC structure, or if it does turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you just have to watch out. And then 400, anywhere between 272 to 579, that would be the top of the market for this coin, in my opinion. And then probably we would have a major bear market down to $11, either 23 or $11, and that would be about yeah, I would say $23, 95% drop. Dogecoin, come on. I really do appreciate the super chat. I'll look at Doge. But Dogecoin, you can't really do Elliott wave on it that well, mostly because it's a inflationary asset. So it doesn't grow in phi. But I'll try my best. All right, I'll try my best. Boom. I need a chart with a lot of price action. Bittrex? Yes, Bittrex. All right, if I'm going to apply Elliott wave to this, I would say this would be the first wave. This would be the second. This is an extended third. This is the fourth, and it's trying to go into a fifth wave. All right, if it goes into a fifth wave and we do follow the Elliott wave principles, we are looking for 25 cents. That's what I feel comfortable calling for Dogecoin. Always take your profit beforehand, but that's what I'm calling. Like I said, guys, you have to understand how actual economics work before you get into stuff like this. I wholeheartedly will trade anything deflationary all day because I understand that when something is deflationary, it has to use principles that are ingrained in our universe, and it follows it to a T almost. All right, despite what you might say. All right, when something is inflationary, that is humans interfering with natural balances. All right, so like we can't print more trees. We can grow more trees, but we just can't print more trees out of thin air. All right, so they have to follow. It causes a certain rhythm, is what I'm trying to say. Dogecoin, it has an unlimited supply. It's literally meant to be a meme coin. All right. So at some point, if the money that's flowing into the market stops and the circulation catches up, if you have double the amount of circulation than money that is in the market, the price will always be half of what it's worth when you bought it, or whatever price was at the time. So that's why I feel comfortable calling. Mike, thanks for the lessons. Much rather give you a tip than buy before drop. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm up on ENJ and VET, but feel like they'll have a pullback soon. I don't know if we covered ENJ, but I'll check it out for you. All right, let's go ahead. We're on the 12-hour here. That definitely looks like a 1-2 structure. We're in the third. Definitely looks like it's prime for a pullback, man. You do not have that wrong. Definitely, it's an extended third. All right. So that means the fifth wave is going to be a little bit shorter than expected. So just understand that. So that's a 1 right there. That's a 2. And we were only looking for take profit around 93 cents. That's why I said, guys, like a lot of people get pissed when they miss out on profits, but wouldn't you be a lot safer just taking your profits where it probably could top out? That's my opinion. Let's see. Maybe I can use some of the smaller time frames to find out where this could topple over. So that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4. If this is the third wave right here, we're dangerously close to a top, man. All right, I don't know exactly where it's going to be because we're past 2 different 1.618s. So wherever that ends up landing when it topples over, let me look at those super small time frames. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's an extended third. I'm gonna say like $2.40. Maybe we might already be at the top, to be honest. And a lot of you guys might notice that I'm not looking at indicators tonight. I really wanted to show off that if you understand Elliott wave, just simple mathematics, you actually don't need the indicators. Now, is it good to have indicators? Absolutely. I just wanted to kind of show off Elliott wave because a lot of the altcoins that you guys are giving me, you guys probably want to see where they could go, for the top of the bull market. And I would like to give that to you. Am I going to be right on absolutely every single one? Probably not. But I would like to show you how I make those predictions, whether or not they work out or not. All right. If that is the case and we are at the top of this little mini bull run here shortly, more than likely, definitely the support that we're going to try to retest is $1.07. If it does happen to break that price level, that's not good. Because then it probably wants to come all the way back down to 47 cents. So for right now, I'm gonna say $1.08 is where it's gonna try to come down to. And also more than likely it's gonna take a little bit of time, to be honest, because typically the bull market doesn't like to end until December 17th. All right. But like I said, coronavirus actually sped up the mathematical process of some of these targets. So we could be shooting for the top of the market any time around like September, maybe? I can't really guesstimate. I just know it's going to be before December, in my opinion. But then that would give us a target. Since we have an extended third here. Wait, was this the coin that had an extended third? Let me double check. Yeah, this one was that had the extended third. So I'm going to assume that the fifth is not going to get up to the 1.618. So I'm going to aim for the 1.382 and call for about $7.50. That's what I'm calling as the top. Oh, dude, I pulled my back today simply opening a window that's behind my desk. It was such an awkward angle. I feel like a boomer, man. I have never done something so simple and then had something pop in my back and then absolutely collapse to the floor. What was the other coin that you suggested? You said ENJ and VET.
There's Algo, I think, too. Algo if you get time.
Did we already do VET, or is this from a long time ago? I think. No, I charted this. I charted this months ago, man. I think I charted this back when we were like in. Yeah, I charted this when we were like in December. So yeah, we're trying to get up to around 10 cents. And then we're looking for a pullback. We're looking for a pullback. This is so good. You can see how the 0.618 is directly aligned with a local low right here. All right, and then the target is roughly going to be around 25 cents to 34 cents. Is VET offered on Coinbase? Because I remember on my TikTok, back in December, I went through every single coin that was available at on Coinbase at the time, and I gave my price predictions. Is it? Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe it was just like back then somebody called it out in chat, and I took a look at it and did the same thing. But hey, it worked out. Saved me a little bit of time. XEM. Grish, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Oh, that's a Bitcoin comparative. Is it only offered in a Bitcoin comparative? Because I don't think I can really, like, I'll do it, but I'm not confident in giving you any yeah, I'm just not confident in giving you any prediction when it's a Bitcoin comparative. I'm very sorry for that. Um okay, it's XEM, right? XEM. Can I do this one? Is it NEM as well? I'm assuming. Because it's XEM USDT, but then it says NEM Tetherus on Binance. I'm going to do this. I'm very, very sorry if that is not the correct coin. But whatever this coin is, it's
No, that is
very attractive right now. Like where it's currently sitting is very attractive in my opinion. All right, the reason why, I don't know if this is all of the price information. If it's not, it's kind of sucks. But that's definitely a 1. That's definitely a 2 if this is all of the price action. And then this would be a 3. And we're in the 4th wave. And you can see right now, we're sitting at a local low, like dead on it. Or like we might be a little bit higher right now at 37 cents, but we're still close to that 32 cent support. It's not even funny. Like that would be the bottom of the 4th wave if anything.
that coin was out in 2015.
2000. Okay, so is there which one would you say has the most price action? Poloniex?
No, Binance normally does the calculated USD. Down, that one, is that the one you were just on?
I was on Tether's.
Yeah, that one normally has all the price action.
Okay, cool. All right. Trying to spot.
Was that the 5th right there at the very top? Yeah.
Yeah, this was definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, cool. I actually
5.
picked that one out right. Sweet.
Maybe not, because like I said, the 3 can never be the shortest. So that kind of gives me cause for concern. Trying to make sure that I give you the most accurate information.
How long did it take you before you were able to draw those out without even questioning yourself?
Good couple months.
Okay.
Good couple months. It's just practice. Like I said, obviously I spent a lot of time in the beginning. That way I could do it fast enough to show my peeps.
Yeah, 100%.
But, you know, it's to each their own. Like one of the common questions was, you know, how long do you think an average Joe would take to learn this? I'm not you, man. I don't know. Took me 3 years. I think I'm intelligent. So maybe for an average Joe, 6 years. But
Yeah.
I would like to think that if you have someone like me helping with all of the mistakes I made, I can hopefully decrease the time that it takes you to get to that point. I'm not trying to keep anybody underneath me. I'm trying to make sure that you can learn what you need to learn and then learn more and probably even outshine me. Like, I'm not here to stay at the top of the list forever. At some point, I want to take the money I've earned and ditch. Like, I want to go somewhere where nobody can find me. Cut my telephone off.
You deserve it, man. That's for sure. Thank you for everything.
I'm going to say that this is a tough one. Every single coin that we've looked at before this one, I can kind of generally tell. I'm going to say that's a 1. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 4. And then we're going into the 5th. But it looks pretty symmetrical. So I think the 5th wave is actually going to hit the 1.618. We're looking for $3.50. And where it's currently sitting is very attractive. Like, now would be the time to pick up this coin. The reason why is because we are sitting around the 0.618, and we can see a major local low that we are currently sitting and getting a bounce off of right now. Because there's not a whole lot of coins that are in the green when Bitcoin is having a pullback, but sometimes there's some coins out there that are doing stupid numbers when everything else is having pullbacks, and this looks like it could be one of them. But if this support does not hold, then more than likely we're probably going to see at most 17 cents. But if you can pick it up right now, I'm not saying dump all of your life savings into it, and then aim to hold it for the next couple of months, we're probably looking to take profit around like I would say take profit around like 290. That is 800% as well, with one of the other coins that we looked at. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Maybe I should start applying some of my just that's a lot of gains. I should start applying some of my technical analysis on these altcoins. Just to put a little bit of money into, let sit. Can you elaborate on taking your profits? How do you do that? You simply sell. That's what taking profits is. You sell back into the US dollar. All right? Because, yeah, it's inflationary and they're lying to you. But most of the things you buy are disguised. So, for example, like right now with coronavirus, like we've inflated like 30% in the last 2 years. But nobody noticed because they keep all of the consumer items like food, gas, clothing, and iPhones the same price relatively. But you probably noticed like healthcare and stuff have gone up tremendously. Uh, that's because of inflation. But until the absolute break of the dollar, you're going to have to take your profits in the dollar. CHZ. No, we'll do XLM first because thank you so much, guys, for the super chats. This is awesome. I really do appreciate it. I'm so sorry to like anybody. I'm trying like the super chats.
You sound like me.
I have to show them priority because obviously I'm not here to have you guys donate money. But if you donate money, I highly appreciate it, and I'm going to show you priority. But I can't. I'm so sorry. This is tough. Apparently, let's see. These are
So
some
here's
of
the trick,
supports.
right? You just got to go through it quick, and that's do your best just to run through them when they start getting that big and you start getting behind because you're gonna be here all night, buddy. They're not gonna stop throwing money at you. I'm enjoying this, guys. Thank you, guys.
Let's see.
Now I know it's not just me.
All right, so I had a lot of these supports and resistances marked out. So I called this inverse head and shoulders on XLM. I did pick up down here. And then this was, what chart am I looking at? Let's see. 1, 2. Like it seems like we're about to have a big ass drop right now on XLM, to be honest. All right, that's a 1. That's a 2. This is definitely a 3 because you can see right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely the top of the third wave right there. Where would I be expecting XLM to pull back to? 21 cents. 21 cents. That's what I'm calling for. All right. And more than likely that lines up with the 0.618. Yep. A little bit below it, but it does align with it. And then that would give us a final target of about $2.56. That seems pretty attractive to me. Wait. All right. Let's see if wave 3 extended the point. Okay, so that's an extended third wave. So, actually, So there's two different types of ABC corrections. The most common one is going to be an ABC, and the C is going to be lower than the A. Uh, but we could also get an ABC flat correction, which is a double bottom. So we could actually get a double bottom off of 31 cents, 31.5 cents, and that could be the bottom of the fourth. Because with an extended third wave, I'm only confident in calling for $1.15. But if you can pick up at 30 cents, that's still 341% away. And I mean, hey, if you don't want to take my complete advice and hold on to it for a little bit, that's even more gains to be had. But I would be expecting at least a double bottom there. But at the moment, like the only like based off of how I trade, I would more than likely only be looking to pick back up around like 22.7 cents. All right, and then
I know you got Algo on the list up here for a paid coin. I'm trying to keep track of everything for you. Algo, XLM, Cheese, Chills, or CHZ.
Yeah, CHZ was the next one I was gonna do.
All right, cool.
Let's see. Oh my God, would you just look at that?
These are the coins that we were calling on my channel all week, just based off of the events and everything that they had going on, that it was going to drive the price up, and almost every one of them has literally been running up. And I'm so excited to see the actual your formula behind this.
Thank you. Like I said, like I'm not big on news because
I didn't know any better, honestly. So it was the system that I used that was working, but yours is so much better.
That's a 1. That's a 2. Definitely the third. Looking for a fourth. Let's see where the 1. The 1 is called, like, the third wave target was only 50 cents. Now, with something that's going this parabolic, there's obviously going to be a lot of FOMO involved. So even though the target was 50 cents, because of human emotions, it can cause the market to roll over and go a little bit higher. But more than likely, there's somebody with a lot of CHZ getting ready to dump, because they know that if it does not go back down to retest, probably somewhere around the 0.618, it doesn't have a whole lot of structure to it. Because like I said, with deflationary assets, it has to grow in universal properties or else it's bound to fail. And that's how, like, a lot of these altcoins that are made by humans, I look at the chart and it does not follow Elliott wave at all. Like, obviously everything's made by humans. Bitcoin was made by a human, but I'm talking about, like, it's heavily reliant on human interaction in order for it to run. They don't stand a chance against time. They will wither away. Let's go ahead. Let's see where that 0.618 is. Let's see. All right, let's drop it down to a 4-hour. All right, so get ready for a drop, guys, on this coin. I'm telling you what. Our first target to the downside. All right, so, okay, first, whenever you're looking for the bottom of the fourth wave, you're looking for the 0.618 of wave 3. All right, and then you want to look for the actual real local lows of the actual coin itself. All right, so you take the 0.618 and you say, okay, this local low is close to the 0.618, and this local low is close to the 0.618. All right, so those are my two targets. And people hate this because they go, Austin, are you freaking kidding me? There is a 57% spread between those two targets. How am I supposed to pick one?
Dollar cost average?
Like dollar cost average, or have a point of invalidation and be willing to sell if we go below that line. That's the only two options. I don't make the rules. I don't make the market do what it do. I just know how to play it and make lots of money, baby boo. That's all I know. So that'll be my first target. Obviously, like I said, we're overextended past what we should be. So if anything, as long as we're above 50 cents right now, it's bearish. People go, it's still going up. It's still going up. But guys, you got to be realistic here. Look how long this has been in a parabolic move. You don't think there's some people at the top ready to take profits? There's probably a lot of people that made a big buck off of this, and they're ready to dump it because they know, hey, maybe it's a good time to go ahead and take these profits. Hopefully you're one of them, all right? Because things do not keep going straight up forever. They do not, all right? So if anywhere in this region, is going to be the top of the third wave, definitely first target would be 23 cents. Second target, if we do happen to break 23 cents, is going to be 10 cents. And then the next target after that, with this being, I would say I'm confident with a little bit more towards the 1.618 mark, just not as on the money. I would say like $10 is definitely a possibility, just based off of Elliott wave theory. If you can find support there and hold it to $10, that's 4,000%. And if you can get a long, not a long, but just buy on spot, that's 10,000% to that coin, to that top. Which is still insane. Don't get me freaking wrong. That's 100x.
So number one question, everybody's, over and over, it's like there must be a new person in here every few minutes. They're asking, do you use Market Cipher? And I told them I don't believe you do anymore, but you have videos on it.
No, I have something similar, but I don't even use that as much. Like I said, I'm not here to take money out of anybody's pockets. CryptoFace has been nothing but nice to me. He is a great dude. When I made those tutorials for Market Cipher, he paid me a good chunk of change. It wasn't a pre-discussed thing. I did not make those videos in hoping to get paid. He reached out to me. He paid me for that because I did a good job. So he looks out for the people that are a part of his community. But I don't personally believe that you need to buy an expensive indicator to do well in this market. You need to learn what real trading is. There's not a single indicator out there that's going to put in the work for you that you can put in yourself. You guys see a lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now is simply based off of price action, no indicators whatsoever besides the Elliott wave that I'm drawing. But when you combine like MACD and RSI and you do so properly, magical things can happen. Now, I'm not saying it's going to automatically turn you into a prestige winner and you're winning 99% of your trades. But let's say with pure price action, you're winning 45% of your trades. And then you add MACD and RSI. All you're looking for is an extra 10 to 15% win ratio. But people don't understand how much extra money 10 to 15% more wins makes. It makes a lot of money. Stupid money, dumb money. Yeah, that's what I'm calling for cheese. That's incredible. I hope that works out. Obviously, I like to think 100x on a coin is possible still. And with this being a relatively new coin and us being in a bull market, I have a little bit of confidence in it. Don't know much about the coin. Obviously, I can sit here and talk about technical analysis all day, but Ryan is the type of person that knows about the team, the events coming up, stuff like that, which definitely plays an impact. But obviously, I think on longer term, the charts are where it's at.
Yeah, most of the trades I can tell people you're in a trade for 2 hours, and if you're not getting your profit in 2 hours, you should get out of that trade. It's just short. When the media grabs the attention of a coin, it drives the price up. So you have the opportunity to get into a trade, for several hours, make 5 or 10%, jump out of that trade, and be happy that you took your profits. And trying to convince them that you never need to buy in or FOMO into a trade ever.
Would you look at that, guys? Look how close we are to our take profit.
So crazy.
So this is my closed profit loss. Today I took 3 losses. I took a $16 loss, a $25 loss. So I lost about $53. All right. But yesterday we made 47 on ETH. We made 47 on Bitcoin. We lost 25, 27, but then made 30 here. And then we made 3 back-to-back trades. This is just with the MACD crosses. 30, 30, 30. Small win, small loss. Decent size loss, but not too crazy. But It's the net profit that counts. So a lot of people, when they take multiple losses back to back, it really impacts their emotional state. But if you understand the strategy itself in the longer term, you're willing to take those losses and continue trucking on. So right now, after this win, the account should be. We got what? About $10 more to go. The account should be around like $970. And just the other day, we were at about 850 before we made those two good wins last night. And like I said, just the MACD crosses. That's what me and my group are working on in my Telegram. It's a very, it really doesn't require me to babysit anybody. And obviously in the Telegram, I'm still going to call out stuff like this. But I'm just trying to help people build their portfolios with a simple, short, and easy strategy. But we can see that on the 15-minute chart, we had 3 crosses today on the MACD. We crossed to the upside right here. Actually, no, I started trading right here. So we had a short to the downside, long to the upside, short to the downside, and then finally that long that we're about to take profit on coming up here shortly. But you can see, like earlier, we were taking a look at the MACD, and the MACD was starting to look like it was coming down. That's why I say wait for confirmation. Otherwise, until it closes, it's not confirmed, and it can always continue to the upside. Algo. We'll do algo. Let's see. We'll go to the 12-hour. And how many more super chats we got? Because I do want to.
Sorry, go ahead. You got algo. I don't know if did you do XLM? I know you pulled up XEM, right? You did.
Yeah.
So
I believe
so.
so.
Did you do BXK or MBX yet?
BX. I don't believe so.
Okay, so algo, MBX, sand, and T fuel.
Oh shit! It's not letting me go further back. I updated the chat, and now it's not letting me go back.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to pull them over here for you. So you did CHZ, right?
Yes, I think that was. So we're on algo. I think CHZ was the one before algo.
Yep, there you go. And then XLM.
Did XLM.
Okay, then it's just MBX, sand, and T fuel. And do you want to tell them to stop after that?
Yeah, because I didn't want to start slowing down here.
Yep.
It's been a fantastic night. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But obviously, people need sleep, and I can't do this forever.
Yeah, I got to go see him. I got to spend some time with little man. He's up there waiting for me play Roadblock. So.
All right, so we'll do algo real quick. It looks like back when the bull market was just starting, we called this inverse head and shoulders breakout, and then we were targeting only 76 cents at first. This is definitely a more macro setup, in my opinion. This is a 1-2 structure here. It looks like this was the top of the third, and this was the fourth. Now, like I said, with people overselling on catastrophic drops, we were only supposed to touch the top of the 1, but we came back above the top of the 1 very quickly, and that's what matters. So we are presumably starting the 5th wave. If that is the case, and you guys are already holding on to algo, I would say continue holding on to algo. This is a little bit longer trend here, but hopefully I'm doing this right. Yeah, I believe I am. I would say continue holding on to algo between $5 to $7. That's what I'm confident with calling for the top of the bull market. What do we got up next?
Algo. So next is MBX.
Is MBX available on TradingView?
It should have been it. Try MXB. I may have typed that wrong. I could have swore I copied it, but
that one right there. Maybe,
yeah. It's gonna be hard for you to see. I almost guarantee it.
It's a Bitcoin comparative.
Yeah, so you can't do those.
Yeah, they're not. Just because of the way the Bitcoin comparatives work, they're kind of like sideways. Yes, they do go up and down, but you can't really apply any type of Elliott wave or anything like that.
Yep.
So I am very sorry. Maybe when it gets listed on Tether or anything like that, you can always come back and we'll take another look at it.
Do you have your live stream analytics pulled up next to you?
No,
Like where?
I have
Oh,
them right here.
oh yeah. So if you go under viewer activity, there you go. I can't do. I don't know why I can't scroll. I just want to make sure. So yeah, MBX. That was the coin he was calling out, Frank. And then I normally have to go over to trading. I normally upload up for you. I'll see if I can find it where it would be at.
Trying to get I'm trying to get this on the lower half of
so
my
it's
screen.
so it is MBX. It's called the coin's called Mobile Pay. Yeah, Mobile Pay MBX.
Okay, let me catch up.
I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on. Yeah,
God,
from
you
what I
make
can
this look
tell.
easy, Ryan. There's so much shit going on. Oh my god, this is tough.
That's why, what's cool is I like, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it with you if you ever wanted to go on and do something like this again. I would just come on here just to help. You almost have to have two people that really understand what they're doing to kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep up with after you get over 300 people, man. It's insane.
Dude, this is.
Dude, we had 1,000 when we did the Cardano marathon. We had 1,000 people in here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was wild,
I
man.
can't even imagine. Dude, this makes me feel sorry. Like because I always criticize like Twitch streamers not being personal enough with their viewers, but now I completely understand. Like I am so sorry. I can barely read messages. I was telling my viewers for a long time that a point like this was gonna come, where there was too many people and like their messages were gonna get lost. So I almost said goodbye to them in a way. I was like, you guys are the OGs. I love you very much, but there's gonna be a point where like I barely say your name.
See, I wish there was something on YouTube that let me do, like, you can do the memberships or whatever, but it doesn't. Like, I wanted to do something where I could do like just the first like 10,000 subscribers, right? And then once a week do something special just for them. But there's no way to structure it so that it prevents other people from signing up in a way, if that makes sense. I don't know if you can on your Patreon or however you have your setup, but if you know any way to do something like that, let me know, because I wanted to try to do something special for the OGs.
So like with Streamlabs, you can actually get a bot that tracks viewership. So like let's say somebody watches you for 500 minutes.
Yep.
They can essentially with like their minutes that they watch you is currency. And then they can spend their minutes on essentially what a super chat would be. So instead of constantly sending you money, which I thank you guys so much, but it's not the money, it's as long as you guys are here learning, that's what is important. So if you have a bot like that, which I'll get that set up, if this is going to be the new norm, I will get a bot like that set up. That way you guys are rewarded for watching and get more attention, not only just donating money, but we covered Algo, right? And then we went to MX. Kevin, thank you for the 50, man. I appreciate it. Awesome. Oh, Frank donated 10. He's my friend. I got together with my old friend Frank. We used to play video games back in the day. He hit me up, saw what I was doing with crypto, and I'm starting to teach him and his friend group, which is my new friend group, how to trade. And I'm gonna get them going. We're gonna, if I can train them well enough, all these people in my life that are like very personal to me, my hope is I can train them to be just as good, if not better, as a trader than me, and then we can start a trading firm. That's my plan in the future.
There you go. That's awesome, man.
Let's see. Sand. We'll do sand. Boom. Oh, taked off the upside. Let me see if there is a. I put in.
Did you type in USD right after that?
I spelled it wrong. Sand.
Oh, then you do the USD. Okay, yep, that's the best one that I find, anyways. And that is
this one's hard because I don't know if I want to count that as a 1-2. I think I have to. But is there any other?
I'm checking for you right now. I'll have it in 2 seconds. I'll tell you exactly when. 2020 was the first time this coin came out, November 4th, 2020. So that should be all the price action you got there.
I guess that's it. So I'm gonna count this as a 1 and a 2. We should be at the top of the 3 soon. because it
So
looks
you
like
have
we're
no
over.
choice when a coin is new like that to count that first, like little ICO pump there, whatever you can consider that.
Yeah, like I can see that it created a one because you can see it dumped all the way down, all the way here, pumped all the way back up here. So I'm gonna count that as a one, and that's as a two. So we are overextended right now. So it's a very dangerous zone to be holding this coin, in my opinion. I would
Yep.
say take profit soon. The next possible place of major support on a pullback is going to be 17 cents, which kind of sucks. I'm sorry to say that because that's 65 cents all the way down to 17 cents. That would be like a 70% pullback.
I mean,
Um,
that just seems
now,
like an opportunity to me.
yeah. A possible support at 31.6 cents. Possible. But the strongest level of support is definitely 17 cents. So I
And
guess,
so
you can DCA here and then probably leave the majority of your change at the ready if we go down here.
let me ask you this. So say it comes down to where they say the 32 cents part, right? And then it starts to, trend upward, right? At what point do you consider it a safe place to, I guess, re-enter that trade without thinking that it might reverse and go back down to say the 17 cents mark? Does that make sense?
Repeat the
So
question.
price starts coming down right now from the 3, right? Coming down towards the 32 cents point, right?
Mhm.
You said it might find support at 32 cents. So say it hits that 32 cents mark, bounces and starts trending upward. Like I've seen this happen many times. And then all of a sudden the price will reverse and come straight down to say the 17 cents mark. When it starts to go towards the upside, at what point would you be confident to re-enter that trade thinking that the price was going to continue towards the upside?
If you want to be absolutely certain, all right, what you
Yep.
need to see is if the only option we have of finding, and that's the cool thing about Elliott Wave. It teaches you a lot, not just about like how to call the tops and stuff, but about market structure itself and how things have to work out, right? So we have two options. Either we have an a B, and then a C. So we probably will get a nice bounce there. Um, and then most of the time it wants to have a C that's lower than the A. And the C has to be based off of a local low. Um, so we're probably looking for anywhere in this region right here for the bottom of the C.
Mm-hmm.
Another option is a double bottom, or even just a slightly lower, just a little bit, slightly lower. That's why I say it's an if this and that statement. So if we do get a
Yep.
slightly lower, you can just go ahead and say, okay, we get back above that line, we're safe to go, presumably. But we could also get a ABC flat correction, which is also a double bottom, or a bull flag. It could also look like a bull flag, and then proceed to that fifth wave target. So those are our two options. But we're more than likely, if this starts trending down, we're definitely going to get a bounce here. I don't know how large the B is going to be.
Yep.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I would say anywhere in that region would be the top of the B, and then it's pretty much there's two different options. It's one or two, and then it should make the fourth wave and then continue into the fifth for the remaining latter half of the year, and then that should be the top of the market, in my opinion. Anywhere between anywhere around like $1.53.
So what officially, I guess, ends a bull run? Like what is there, like just price just gets to a certain point and then the market has no choice but to reset itself because it has so much built up pressure pushing it towards the downside because of the Elliott wave theory? I guess I'm kind of concerned. Like I'm kind of confused. Like why does it always come down at that 5? Just the law of, I forget what you called it. The
God's thumbprint.
God's
everything
thumbprint. Yeah.
everything in this universe grows in phi. Anything that wants to withstand the sands of time. All
Yeah.
right. And if you have something that's deflationary, like Bitcoin or anything like that, these markets have to grow in that type of structure. It works.
Ah,
It works in regular markets to a certain degree, but just not as well. It works fantastic in crypto, and that's why I'm killing it, because I'm a hippy dippy dude. Anybody that's been on my channel for a very long time understands that I believe a lot of certain things, and I've done a lot of certain things that make me believe in those certain things. If you guys want to learn more about what I'm talking about and what Fi is, go on YouTube, type in spirit science,
Hey, look who's at the top.
sacred geometry. All right. It's this video right here. It is a 1 hour and 44-minute video. It was made 6 years ago. I've probably seen it 90 times. I know a lot of people don't like that stuff.
I'm taking a screenshot. Don't go off that yet. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Watch it. You'll understand what I mean. It's not you'll see. You'll see. Let's see. So we covered sand. On to do you want me to check out T Fuel Fast Nickel? Thank you very much. Or you just let me know your gains, because that's awesome. $250 in June and made 16K. Hopefully you took that profit, man. That's a lot to make. You could start a very good trading portfolio with that. Obviously, don't dump the entire 16K and learn how to trade first, but that's a very good starter portfolio right there.
Like Let me ask you this.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was going to say, when you tell people you recommend that they put in 1,000, the average person that does that, what would you say? They lose that 1,000 because they don't trade accurately and they don't understand trading enough. And then after they lose that 1,000, then it's like, okay, then they start to get the picture. Is that why you recommend that people don't just come into the game with 10,000? Like you did the same thing to me. I hear you, and you hear do it to everybody. I respect that a lot. So
yeah, it's because I'm a big promoter that you don't need a lot of money to start this. Obviously, like I said, if you start with $100, the worst thing that can happen is you lose it. Best thing that can happen is you make a lot of money.
Yep.
And then kind of the middle ground is you at least learn something and you didn't really risk a lot.
So the best way to do it is take 100, and if you cannot turn 100 into say 1,000, then there's no need to ever take it 10,000 and turn it into. You'll never. Is that where I'm going with that?
Yeah, essentially, because like let's say you have $100 portfolio, and you turn it into $300. All right, now obviously, did you do so by actually trading with a good system, or was it simply lucky trades? There's a big difference, but if you turned that $100 into, 300, 400 with a legitimate system that you created, or you're following somebody else's system that they, back test or whatever it might be, then it's all percentages at that point. You can say I turned $100 into 400. That's a 300% profit. Now I am confident enough to put 10K into the market. And if I have similar, if not better performance, I'm at least going to know that I'm going to turn that 10K into 40K. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But people are demotivated when they're only making a couple dollars per trade. They go, well, if I put 1,000 into it, I'll make so much more. Have you proven to yourself that you're going to make that much more? No. So you're probably going to lose it. You have to prove it. You're not here for a pay stub. You're here for something. You're here to prove something. Prove something to yourself. When you get into trading deep enough, you realize you learn a lot about yourself, your risk limits, how you think. Trading is not technical analysis. It is, but it isn't. Trading is learning how to understand yourself, catch yourself before you're about to make a mistake, understand your own thought process. It's constantly watching the monkey inside of your brain and telling it to shut up and let the robot take over. That's what it is. So these big business moguls that come off as cold and evil, deep down inside of them, there's that human. But they've been doing whatever this analytical system that got them to this massive profit so long that humanity that was inside of them has been conditioned to be put away, because humanity does not make money. Humanity is compassionate and love. And if you love too hard, you're going to give all your money away. So.
Thank you.
Got to go to work at 5 a.m. bedtime. Thanks, guys. Mike, thank you very much. I don't even know if you're still here, man, but thank you very much for the super chat.
I'm right there with him.
Greg.
Oh, go ahead.
Greg, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. You're saying, Ryan?
Oh, I said I got to get going here in a few minutes. I was going to go jump on my channel after, because I thought we were only going to go for an hour, but I got little man upstairs. He's waiting to play some Roblox with me. So I want to say
Absolutely,
bye to
man.
everybody before are you going to keep going?
Yeah, I'll finish up the super chats. I think there's only one more left, and I guess I'll call it quits for the night too. So I
All
guess
right. I just want to say bye to everybody. I just want to let you guys know, man, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Anybody that came over from my channel and this is your first or second time seeing Kite's channel, this is really, honestly, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I know what I'm teaching you has been able to help you guys make money and prevent you guys from losing money, I guess. But this is the real deal. I mean, this is the system. Eventually, I would like to be able to do what Kite does in a similar matter. At least pull up the Elliott waves and show you guys when I'm pulling up coins as fast as he does. But obviously not dive into them as deep as he does. But to give you guys a little bit more certainty on these trades when we're just looking into trending coins and things like that. But so hopefully you guys all, sub. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Austin, I appreciate you bringing me on the channel, man. I'm going to probably give you a call tomorrow and catch up or whatever.
thank you very much, man. I
Yeah, and
really
hopefully you'll come back on my channel too again. I'd love to do it again. I'd love to come back on yours too anytime you'll have me. So,
man. All right, man.
all right, man.
I appreciate
I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Bye-bye, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. It's been a long night. I highly appreciate everybody that's been here. Fishing and Donnie, thank you for the 5-man. This was a crazy experience. There's a lot more that I can handle. I guess if you guys are in the Telegram group, anybody that's free, my regular live streams are not going to be around this time. I'll post in a notification on the community tab, like my regular schedule coming up here, probably starting Tuesday. I'll probably be live anytime around like 3 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon on the East Coast of the United States. So if you guys are on the Telegram, if anybody's free around that time, let me know so I can go ahead and mod you. And hopefully some people can help me out with the chat and stuff because this is I'm very sorry. There's so many people. I can't get to every single message. But I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and look through some messages. So yep, this is me saying goodbye. So we'll go ahead and get our goodbyes out of the way. Is the 100 to a million account still going? No, we cashed out at 100K, and that was it. I think it was a very big success. Like I said, obviously the goal was a million, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And when you turn $100 into 100,000, at that point it's literally free money. So it's hard to not make stupid mistakes with, because like I have the mentality like I literally made this out of thin air. Like if I lost it all, who cares? So I just want to make sure I cashed out my profits before it was too late, before I made that mistake. Name of the Telegram. Like I said, I'm not here to plug anything, guys, but if you guys wanted to kind of learn my style, I do have training videos on the Telegram, and I post updates on there as well. Obviously, I post my trade setups and kind of like any new ideas that I'm working on. You can get access to the Telegram through the Patreon. And then once you sign up on the Patreon, either message me on Patreon or add me on Discord. I think I have the Discord, my Discord name in there. And then let me know you signed up, and then I'll send over the links, and we'll get you added and getting going. I'm trying to see who else has. Oh God, Wari, that's a little bit of a. That's not cool. Thanks, bro. Lex, thank you, man. I appreciate it. What's the least profit? What's the least percentage for profit I should take? Is 3% fine, or is it not worth it with fees? If you're talking about like the actual like margin profit, so like $31 is only worth 2.5% of my total account. So I would have to get to 25% margin, which would be about $50 in order to equal 5%. I would say as long as you're above like 5 to 10%, if you take your profits, you're still gonna pay. You're gonna pay a little bit in fees. Like if I took my profits right now, I'd probably have to pay like $2 in fees, I think. But it should be good. Carmelo, hello from the EU. We'll watch live from now on. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you do a lot more of these. Definitely. Like I said, I'm starting an everyday schedule coming up here Tuesday, starting at like 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, my time. Spencer, thanks a lot, man. I held CHZ, Sand, and ENJ and took profits in all three. That is what's up, man. As long as you take profits, congratulations, because don't want to get caught holding those bags. I know it's fun to keep the bag rolling, but sometimes it dumps on you pretty hard and you don't expect it. Uh, Iron, thank you, man. Uh, I'll pay someone to help me. You don't have to pay somebody. You gotta help yourself. Do the research. A lot of this information is out there for free. Like I didn't get this from thin air. Obviously, I read books and looked at different people. But I mean, like if you really want to, like if you want to learn something, the information's out there. The internet is so vast. It's like anything you're interested in. There's probably hundreds of resources to get into. Go to sleep, sir. um, Rainbow, you did great. Thank you, Austin Kite. Thank you. I appreciate it. Doge to the moon. $50 a month. I want to join. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, like I have to charge something. I get criticized a lot. Like some people think $50 is like a good price. Some people think $50 a month is a bad price. Um, but obviously, I know what I'm worth. But I still try to make it at least a deal. Like I know there's some YouTubers out there that charge like $1,000 a month to be a part of their Telegram, or like $150 a month. So like even with the one-on-ones, I was giving you guys like 8 hours of my time almost. Uh, lifetime access to the Telegram, Discord, for $500. I thought that was a great deal. I ran it as long as I could, but eventually it just got too much. Um, any chance for a last coin? Please, STMX. I am so, I'm so tired, man. I'm so sorry. Like I said, it's Saturday now. I'll be live again starting Tuesday. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe Monday. I'll see how I feel. I still got a lot to do. I just moved into this new place. I still have a lot of get my room right. I gotta help my sister, clean up the house tomorrow. I still got a lot to do, so I can't just kind of rush into it. Even though like this is the prime opportunity, I really do appreciate you guys showing up. Um, the Telegram name, sir. Uh, like I said, you can find the Patreon link in the description of this live stream, and you'll be able to get access to the Telegram through there. Thanks, man. It's my first time watching you. You did great. Thank you very much. I try my best. I try my best. If you guys go to, I don't know who's not seen what, but on Ryan Matta's channel last night we did like a pretty much a full one-on-one lesson, for like 3 hours straight. So if you guys haven't seen that, go watch that. It explains a lot of the stuff that we talked about today. Obviously, I wish I had more time to answer every single question. Um, but you know what? Like, obviously, I'll try my best on going forward. Maybe any like really common questions. Maybe I'll make some like short tutorial videos, like 10 minutes long, explaining Bybit and stuff. But I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube channels out there already that have done that. And I'm not doing this for views, clicks, or money. So if someone else has a video that's just as good, I don't think you need me to explain it. Thank you for bringing this great info. Just subscribe. Appreciate you, brother. Eric, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Where did you learn Elliott Wave? A book. Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring up my Google Play library. Let's see here. This one right here. All right. So I have 3 different books. I have A Visual Guide to Elliott Wave Theory. I have Harmonic Elliott Wave. And then this book right here, it was good, but it wasn't like as good as the other books. So if you want like a short, simple, easy introduction to Elliott Wave, I would say get A Visual Guide to Elliott Wave Trading, by Wayne Gorman. That's like kind of like a coloring book for traders. Like it's simple and easy. And then harmonic Elliott wave. This one is definitely boring, but the information inside of it is astronomically uh, just crazy. Like it will teach you things that you did not even think existed. It's insane. Uh, when you long, you take from the shorters. When you short, you take from the longers, unless you're wrong. Either way, you're betting collateral. Pretty much. Yep. That's a good explanation. Let's see. Looks like you guys are getting in a fight about Doge. Like I said, I'm like I have my opinions, but like I'll say what I think. I'm not gonna fight you on it. Um, obviously, I'm willing to have my mind changed. Like if you guys have a legitimate argument that can combat mine, just go for it. I'm wrong all the time. I'm not here to say that I'm the end all be all. Um, if I join your Telegram group, can I start with 500? Uh, what do you mean? Like 500 bucks? Like as your trading portfolio? I mean, like obviously, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you're just starting with leverage trading, I don't recommend you start with something that you're not willing to lose, because you're probably gonna lose it. You're gonna feel what it's like to be trapped in your emotions, and your emotions are gonna rule you for a very long time. I don't care who you are, where you think your starting point is. You're gonna know what it's like to be just a witness to your ego, taking control over your own actions, and then later on, you're gonna be like, "Why did I do that?" You didn't do it. It was your ego that did it. Uh, can we get a check on Chainlink? God, I want to say no, but I can't say no because you donated. Please do not super chat with more coins. Please. I love you guys very much. Thank you for showing up. But I have to get to bed soon. I got like I stayed awake for like 40 hours because once I found out I was doing a live stream with Ryan, I was so excited I did not go to sleep. And then like I only got a couple naps during today, like yesterday, and then I'm still beat. But obviously with the excitement of today's live stream, it kept me going. But we'll check out Chainlink. I'm pretty sure the ticker is Link. We'll go to USD. We had a couple different supports marked out. Looked like most of them worked out. You could have DCA'd here and here. It looks like we're ready to go back up though. It could have one more dip to the downside. Probably be expecting $23. Maybe it wants to go all the way back down to 17 and kind of get like a 1-2 structure like this before it starts the next subset like that, and then it'll start to do all the way up. But it looks like we're in the third wave right now. It looks like we got a 1, a 2, and we're in the third, and then obviously a fourth. Let's see. If this is the one, we should be targeting anywhere around $106 as a potential top for the third wave. Now, like I said, you have to be careful because the third wave can be the top of an ABC and actually be the top of the market. That's why, like I always tell you guys, be careful with the third wave. Yeah, I'll be looking to take profits on like $80. I do think another pullback is likely. Like I said, $17 to $23 is probably likely. But then we should start an uptrend up to about $100 to $80. And if it wants to continue, we'll probably see something like this into a fifth with probably a target around like 200 to 300. And last but not least, SRK. Did we take a look at SRK? We took a look at SRK today. This was my Elliott wave path. I'm calling for either us to bottom out around 19 to 20 cents, or if we do happen to go lower, we're probably going to see 17 to 16 cents. Well, actually, no, 1.6 cents to 1.7 cents, and then 1.9 cents. So we're looking at these two supports right here. Let me go ahead and highlight those for you. Boom, boom. And then we're targeting 4.6 cents, and probably taking our profits a little bit ahead of time. I would say around 4 cents would probably be a good place to take profit. So if you can pick up at this lower price level, that's 149%. Who knows if it's got more to go? We could definitely get an extended fifth. Always, it's a possibility. Kevin, thank you for all your time. You're a genuine dude. Thank you very much. I tried to model my channel off of people that I respected, and I try to keep it as realistic as possible. Like I like to sit here. Obviously, I have a YouTube channel, so obviously I want it to do well. I want to reach as many people as possible. But one of the reasons why I think I don't have a lot of followers, even though I've had a lot of viewers, um, I don't think people like to hear that hard work exists. I think they want to hear you can just throw $100 into this altcoin and get rich tomorrow. And there is cases like that, but you have to have some education backing it up, or else you're going to make a mistake, or you're going to let your emotions take control of you. You're going to get rich, but you're not going to take your profit, and then you're going to be crying. And there's been tons of cases where people have had situations like that happen to them, and they do something stupid that their family has to suffer for. I like to think that if I can help people not make that mistake, I'm not only saving individual people, but pain for their families. I'm not trying to make this like a savior complex. I'm just trying to do best by you guys. That's all. I've made my money. I'm set. But I'm trying to just make sure that before I dip, I can help some people before I go. Because there's 233 people in here right now. If every single one of you learned pretty much exactly how I do things and how to do it properly, and you guys kill it, I know that each one of you has the potential to go on and teach that same information to 2 other people, and they're going to teach it, and they're going to teach it. So me simply doing this right now has the potential to affect hundreds of thousands of people, even though there's 200 people in here. But with that being said, guys, I'm heading off for the night. It's 4 a.m. here. Like I said, I have not gotten a lot of sleep, and I'm starting to crash. But I truly appreciate the opportunity that not only Ryan but his actual viewers gave me. I saw nothing but love when I went to his channel, and the fact that a lot of you guys liked me so much to come over here, honestly, is one of the most crazy things I've ever experienced so far. Making the amount of money that I did does not even compare to the amount of compliments that I received on Discord last night. So I highly appreciate every single one of you, and hopefully some of you guys stick around for the future. I'm not trying to take viewers from Ryan. I'm here to simply say that me and Ryan, we work very well together. We have a very similar mindset. I'm going to be helping him, and he's definitely helped me in such an incredible way. So definitely send my thanks to Ryan. I definitely tell him all the time when we talk. I say I appreciate you like 17 times. But thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. I really love your attitude towards life. Thank you very much. I mean, if you guys catch me on any normal night, after we're done talking about charts, I typically sit on here for about an hour and talk about philosophy, life, religion, stuff like that. stuff that gets people's panties in a twist. Um, I'm not a follower of any specific religion in particular. I think every single one has a truth of the whole. Um, but I definitely there's something after this. But if there's not, I want to make sure that I change things here for the better. But I know there is. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this. Traynell Lad. This was awesome. Thank you, man. Thanks for showing up. Michael W. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank Dog. Good night, homie. Thanks, man. You too, buddy. You look like James Corden. Why is it every single time that I go on Omegle just to bullshit with strangers? I always get that. I'm hoping to get back on a regular eating schedule and lose some of this weight so I don't look like James Corden. You know, everybody tells me, they go, you know, man, you're fine, you're fine. I want to lose the weight because I feel like shit. All right. That's period. I don't care about how I look because girls ain't my priority right now. But definitely the health side of things. That's what I'm concerned about. Try DMT, it makes you feel dead. I've done DMT a bunch of times, man. It makes you more. It kills you, and when you come back, you feel more alive. But you gotta learn how to produce it naturally. It's not right to take a drug. You can do it yourself. That's what I learned from all my experiences. All right, guys. All right, I do this every single time. Like, if you guys get to know me, I'll say goodbye like 8 times. I call it the goodbye fake out. Thank you. I will be on shortly towards the start of this week. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys there. To my old viewer, like my original viewers, I love you guys. To the new viewers, I love you guys. And thank you very much for everybody showing up tonight. It was crazy. It was crazy. A little bit overwhelming. Too many chats flying by. But I definitely appreciate it, and I look forward to helping many of you. Uh, I tell everybody, like I give out the same exact information on live streams as I do with my paid groups. So if you guys have a legitimate question, you guys ask it on a live stream. If I catch it, obviously with this many people, I might have to put it on slow mode all the time. But if I catch the actual message, I will answer it. I'm not going to hide any information because there's a paywall. Um, so just know that if you guys don't have the money, uh, and you guys are thinking about signing up, don't. All right. Yes. Do you get real time information, trade stuff like that? Yes. But if you are strictly just learning how to trade, you can wait for the live streams, ask the questions, and I will be there. I will answer it. You don't have to pay me money. All right. So with that being said, thank you. I'm gonna head out now. Um, Usually I like to say goodbye to like every single goodbye message, but I definitely can't tonight. Too tired and it's too many. Um, what's the Telegram group? It's in order to get access to the Telegram group, you follow the Patreon link in the description. It's $50 a month. Once you pay for it, go ahead and send me a message on either Patreon or Discord, letting me know you signed up, and I'll send over the links. And then we'll be good to go. All right. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and head off now. I will see you guys soon. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing really left to say. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the ending soon screen. If you guys get to know me, you guys probably understand that the music that I put on has some sort of meaning. I don't just put on random music. So let's see. I want a song that's going to get you guys amped. Can't go wrong with this one. Like I said, I'm not concerned with money. I don't care if this live stream gets demonetized. Certain music carries a certain message. If I want to pass that message along, screw a copyright. I'm going to put it out there. So I'm going to leave you guys with this song called Debt by Whit Lowry. When I was getting started with trading, music has a big deal with your emotional state and how you view the world. And if you're listening to trash music, you're going to get trash results out of life. So if you want better results, start listening to music that inspires you. It has a good message. Now, it doesn't have to be a deep personal message. It can be simply be happy. But definitely, if you're not getting the results out of life, really take a look at the music that you're listening to, and it probably will tell you why. That's what I typically find. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this song, and we will be out of here. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, they say that money don't buy happiness, just beautiful things. But I wouldn't mind the extra time and peace of mind that it brings. I wouldn't mind if I could afford AC in the spring, or for the heat in the winter, not being bitter, but they live like kings. And here we are in one bedroom we can barely afford, hanging sheets up on the walls just to mimic the doors. Can barely afford to pay for a Ford while you pay for your Porsche. See where I'm from, nobody makes it to Forbes, and I'm so tired of this dead-end job. While I was working last night, my fucking car got robbed. There's glass everywhere, I'm searching for the things I lost, all the things I bought. You steal from me just to cut your cost. My mom's worked the whole life just to give me a life to live, so I spill my fucking soul and give everything I can give. I think we can agree that Sally Mae is a bitch, and there's gotta be more to life than this. Why do you let us
hurt one another just for the dollar? Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, another day, another bill. Lately hating how I feel. Need a tax refund just to buy a fucking meal. Your follows on your socials essential for signing deals. Man, it's crazy how a fake affects a room full of real. My boss told me turn tables. I told him tables will turn when I'm laughing at what I make in a day is more than you earn. The waiters start to laugh like to mention that is absurd, but they never focus their vision. Their vision focus is blurred, and they think I'm out of my mind or ahead of my time, or I'm the one that grinds and puts himself on the line. To learn how to win, you have to lose 100 times. Honestly, I think that losing is better than not trying. They say, make money, don't let the money make you. The question is, what if it's the only thing to save you? Would you sell your soul for a price if they paid you, or would you keep it real and stay you? Why do you let us
hurt one another just for the dollar? Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, I know that money don't buy happiness, but buys you more material shit. Been reworking how I think and what it means to be rich. I used to think it meant to flex a Rolex on my wrist. Feels bad to take more than you give. Lately hate how we live. I never want to become the things that I hate. With a man in the mirror will laugh and spit in my face and tell me that the money is maybe another fake. I've been drowning in my mind and my money's been at it. Wait, oh Lord, please save me. I should've known that something man-made couldn't make me. I say I'm making music, or is music what creates me? I never have an answer, same question every day. See, when we pass on, all our things are passed on to the next. Everything we didn't do is everything we regret. Every day we fucking work for this worthless check. If you're not happy, you're forever in debt. You're forever in debt.